Oh, my God. Guys, it's so great to see y'all.
Likewise.
And good morning, St. Louis. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Energy okay? Let's see. Microphone's working all right.
Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Scott?
Yep, microphone check.
Okay, microphone.
1, 2,
Your
1,
microphone
2.
work okay?
Energy up, sir.
Does it sound a little weird?
It does sound a little muted. I don't hear anything in my headphones.
I've been up since 12:15, so my whole head, everything kind of feels and sounds weird to me right now.
Check, check.
I think it's just me, though.
What is going on?
So we're not getting any...
I don't know. I feel like something with the processing is different.
Huh.
Am I dying?
Yes.
audio on that feed. so I
Very,
guess it's
very
good.
slowly, hopefully.
Everything is all right?
Yeah.
Okay. We sound okay, St. Louis?
No one's giving us a response. I
Everybody
can't see.
checking in on the YouTube chat. Morning from Jersey.
All right.
Morning.
Hello.
Check the flux capacitor.
That's fine. Rafe's back. Hey, Rafe.
I'm back, baby.
Yay.
After a couple days in Denver, Lern is sick. Hopefully she'll be back tomorrow. But,
Chat says sounds good.
man, this is bugging me out in my headphones here. I'm unplugging and plugging back in.
That usually works.
Hello.
Where'd it go?
Fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're good. It's going to be a good week.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be
Yes,
a great
it
week.
is.
Got a lot of stuff coming up this week. A lot of activities. This was an activity-filled weekend, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Friday, got the old folding chairs out and sat along Clayton Road to watch the homecoming parade for Lafayette High School.
right.
That was fun. All
Heck
right.
yeah, man.
You know me, I love parades.
Yeah.
Love them. Love them.
How was the Grand Marshal in this?
I don't know.
Oh. It's a big deal.
Took the old folding chairs. It was actually, I mean, Friday night was a nice night out as far as weather-wise goes. Nice. Friday night was nice. Went to the football game.
Big win, I assume?
I guess so. Didn't stay for the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Now it's pretty much toe tapping the entire time. When the hell are we going to get out of here?
Was it packed?
Packed.
Dude, the last
Packed.
Friday varsity game we were at, dropped off the kid, kind of stuck around for a few minutes, and then was like, oh, I'll be back at whatever time, because she wants to hang out with her friends and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's why we're there.
Well, I came to pick her up, and we didn't even go all the way to the field. I had her meet me halfway. I still was stuck in the parking lot for a half hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so packed.
Yeah,
man.
you know,
That is
and-
the place to be.
And listen, if you know you're going to a place that's going to be crowded and it's going to be a mass exodus, you got to put yourself in the right position to get out.
I just didn't know. I felt like it felt like Texas. You know how Texas is always talking
Yeah.
about their high school football? That's what it felt like.
Well, I felt like Clark Griswold when we went to Wally World. You park all the way in the back,
So you can get out first.
so you get out first. That's where I was. Perfect. Did it perfectly.
I love it.
No, since my son's on the hockey team, he's on the float with the hockey players.
Oh, yeah.
My daughter's marching with the 7th grade cheerleaders. Everybody's throwing candy.
Your whole family
It's
is
a big
involved.
deal.
The whole
man.
family's involved.
That's great.
The whole family's involved. Getting out there, trying to be part of the community.
I love it.
That's what I was doing on Friday night, being part of the community.
Is that where you were in your mind? Like, were you
Part of the community?
Yeah, I mean, were you happy to be there? When you're saying it now, like you were like, hey, the Riz family was having a good time. Were you this Riz
Well,
in it?
no,
or were
because
you,
the Riz
grumpy
kids
Riz in it?
ditched the parents, and they're off doing their own thing with their friends, and sitting there just
Soaking it up.
waiting for somebody to say, "Hey, can we go home?" Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. And then Saturday was at the grand opening of House of Pain, the gym I go to
Yeah.
at the district in Chesterfield. I've never been to a bodybuilding competition before.
How'd you do?
I did great.
Okay.
I did great.
Excited.
You've been working hard on that.
I
Have
know.
you ever been to a bodybuilding competition?
Yes, I have one time. It's hilarious.
It's a scene.
It's just, listen, more power to you. I know all those people work hard, and
Very
I get
hard.
it. But they go one coat heavy on the spray tan sometimes, but only up to the neck, where their head's like a different color
Yes.
than their body.
Yes.
It's just,
Well, it's all
messes with my mind.
It's
dude.
all to
But that's to show the
accentuate the
definition.
muscles.
Yeah,
Eyes
that's-
down here.
I understand what it's for. What I'm saying is, when you wax the car, you don't wax the car and then leave the hood. You get the whole thing.
Well, sure, sure.
They're not showing off the definition of their cheekbones.
Yeah, but all I'm
They
looking
don't
at
want you
is
to
your
look at their
white head.
face.
Yeah.
All I'm looking like a matchstick up there, like a reverse matchstick.
Yeah. I showed Moon a photo I took because it was at the district in Chesterfield, so where the new Four Hands Brewery is.
Mm-hmm.
So outside there's a stage, like a big, outdoor stage, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the bodybuilding stuff was done, they turned the TV on to, college football.
Oh, that TV's there all the time.
Oh yeah. You grab a beer.
Cool.
From the Four Hands, grab a burger from the High Point, and sit outside.
Neato.
Nice.
They still have is that still very dog friendly? That used to be the scene where, like, remember all the shops had bowls outside?
The bowls outside. I don't know.
I wonder. Okay, go on.
I don't know.
Big stage, TV.
Big stage, TV. I took a photo, and it looked like almost the heads were photoshopped on.
Yeah, well, that one guy was definitely like, Central French or something, because he was very pale.
Like dark body and then,
he would,
pale face. But there's nothing that makes you feel worse than walking into a room where all the bodybuilders are pumping up before a competition. Which of these is not like the others? Oh, me. And then he cracked the joke, trying to cut the tension. You go, all right, fellas, I'm not getting in this year. I'll give the rest of you guys a chance. And everybody's got their exercise bands and, weights, pumping up, the biceps and the tris and the traps and the lats and all that stuff. And everybody looks at me and goes, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cute.
We have that. We have humor.
Heard that one before.
Cute.
Yeah, right there, fellas. I guess I'm not getting in. Time to give somebody else a chance.
Were they all from Austria?
No,
Okay.
all local. It was a non-sanctioned, kind of exhibition. It was cool though. I am in awe of how those guys and women.
And
There
gals.
were women too.
Yeah, I saw the
So it's
picture.
not just hunks.
I saw the picture.
Hunks and hotties.
Wow.
You wouldn't think it's like a local thing, because there's like some stacked folks.
Yeah.
Stacked.
Oh yeah,
Life committed. These are committed people.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Cool event. So congratulations everybody over at House of Pain for the grand opening. And then brought my daughter over to Parkway North. She had a seventh grade football game, a cheerleading thing to do.
Oh yeah.
So I went on a solo mission. Brought the girl up there. Sat in the stands. Parkway North, that's an interesting place.
Nothing like
Really?
watching middle school football either.
Parkway North. Man, those parents on the other side are rowdy.
Oh yeah.
Rowdy.
Yeah.
They take their seventh grade football quite seriously.
Must have been a really tight
No,
game.
I think they lost 32-0.
Oh.
The Lafayette team.
Rowdy. Oh, so rowdy when you're winning.
Oh, yeah.
Ref, give us a call our
No,
way.
as a matter of fact, I heard a bunch of times, one of the Lafayette kids would get the ball and somebody from the Parkway North side would shout, "Get his ass!" Damn. Ooh,
Middle school
it's
football.
26-0.
Well, foot on the gas.
That's crazy.
Get his ass.
Yeah, get his ass.
That's the Parkway North motto.
So, yeah, I
Foot on
guess
the
so.
gas. Get his ass.
I guess so.
What are they? The Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask? I haven't been to like a prep football game in a long time.
Yeah.
High school or below.
Mm-hmm.
Are people still doing? Remember when they put like rocks in milk jugs? Was that a thing for you guys? Where
No, we
then
put
they'd
milk
shake
or
them
water
during
in.
the game, and it would just be like
No.
noise making.
No, there were
devices.
There were a couple cowbells.
Cowbells, yeah, that
there were
was
a
the
couple
thing.
cowbells there, and a lot of yelling, especially coming from the Parkway North side. And some of the parents, filthy mouths.
So you could hear them on the other side.
Oh no.
It's all
same side.
Oh, bummer.
It's all the same side.
Although the last couple, because I got a cheerleader and we're going to these games and different things too. And the last couple away games they've all been on the other side. When you're sitting on the other side and you're losing, it is a very quiet, sad,
Oh no.
sad
See,
place.
Parkway North. You're on the same side. So you sit next to the enemy.
Oh, okay.
And the cheerleaders also cheer next to each other, too, which is interesting.
Oh.
So you got the cheerleading squads trying to drown each other out. Again, this is 7th grade football. 7th grade.
Wild.
Man.
But
And
you
I
just
wanna-
wait till the varsity stuff starts happening.
Well, I want to give it up to the coach of Parkway North, my new hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is
I think
that?
I remember this guy from last year. This guy, he's a bigger fella. This guy came out fired up, yelling. I mean, you could hear him from the stands, clearly screaming, yelling, carrying on. I loved it.
That's
Yelling at the
awesome.
kids. You know, that's my dream.
To
is to
yell
get a
at
job
kids.
to yell at kids.
How many
Yelling-
clipboards did he throw on the
Oh,
ground?
dude, this guy was throwing stuff. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What was he throwing?
He had some bag he threw as soon as he hit the field. I told you about the leopards! Screaming.
Man.
Threw something. Everybody listened.
That was my favorite. Was we had my first coach in my basketball career that I played with for probably 4 years. He was the kind of guy that every clipboard probably broke at least once a game, and he would smack it on that ground, and you could hear it everywhere, and you knew you just really screwed up something. But that guy was awesome.
Man.
Yeah, if anybody knows this guy's name, man, let me know because he's my hero. I want him to come in here, just whip us all in shape.
Heck yeah.
Just start yelling at us.
Start throwing things.
You messed up that live spot.
And they won.
And they won.
They shut out the other team.
They did. At the
So
end, it
it
was 32
works.
to nothing.
Yelling
yeah, it
works?
does work. It does work. That's
Good
that
lesson,
guy's,
kids. Yelling
That's
works.
that guy's motivating technique. But it was excellent. Excellent. So, Rafe, Denver, I know we were all
baby.
texting back and forth, and I know Lern's not feeling good, and then Rafe goes, I'm not feeling good either. And I go, oh, boy, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
But you said it was altitude sickness.
I don't know. I think it was altitude. I got altitude sickness for the first time in Denver because, like, well, she said she wasn't feeling good, and then I got the text on the airplane to Denver, and I'm like, I got a
Oh,
big,
Lern, yeah.
Yeah. And then I got a big week coming up, and then I got to Denver, and I started feeling crappy, and I was like, but it went away really quick, and I was like, either I psychosomatically willed myself to not feel well, but then someone's like, oh, you probably have a bunch of comics who are like, man, I feel terrible, and the air quality was really bad or something in Denver. But after like a day, I kind of adjusted and I was fine.
Altitude sickness is.
I've never experienced that before.
It feels like.
I feel like the flu or something.
Yeah, it feels
really
like
hard, man.
every cell in your body has the flu, has its own flu for about 10 hours.
Really?
Oh, dude.
That's wild.
It is dumb. It is so. It makes you angry.
So, I mean,
You're
in
just like,
Denver,
"Oh, I'm
I
not
mean-
supposed to feel like this.
I mean, you're literally a mile high. It's the mile high city. I know talking to Jamie Rivers about when a hockey team would go in to play the Avalanche. You almost have to get there like a day early because he said your first couple shifts on the ice are like breathing through a straw.
That's wild.
Yeah, I played soccer up in the mountains with some friends that live up there, and these guys are not in great shape. And I was like, I was in great
How's
shape
that
at the
possible?
time.
The ball just rolls down the whole time. They run, get it, run back up. They'd be in incredible
It
shape.
was a flat field up in the
Oh.
mountains. I was in great shape at the time. These guys were visibly not, and they destroyed me just
The great
because
equalizer.
the altitude. They were used to
Yeah.
it, and I was suffering. I could hardly breathe. I mean, you sprint a couple times, you feel like you're out for 10 minutes. It is a difference maker. But that altitude sickness, man, it changes your life once it hits you.
So you said it's like-
Then you realize, oh man, maybe I didn't take somebody seriously enough when they said they had altitude sickness.
Yeah.
Because it sucks for about 10 hours, and then you're back to normal.
Like, what can you do to prepare for it?
Water. It's just water.
Really?
And oxygen, right?
Well, hell, I don't know. Who carries around
little
oxygen?
tanks?
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah.
did. I slammed a bunch of Pedialyte. I ordered like Walgreens, zinc, immunosupport, 2 jugs of Pedialyte, and just
Yeah, you
went
just
ham
want
on
water.
that, and then woke up and I was all right.
Yeah, so
I mean, I went and did my shows. I was just like, it is what it is. I'm here.
Yeah, you can do all you can to prevent it, but once it hits you, you got it for
Yeah.
about 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever.
Man.
But it was fun. Fun weekend. Met some folks. I swore somebody into the Pork Steak Army on the streets of Denver.
That's
which
a
was
first.
cool.
How about that?
Somebody came to the
That
show,
is
brought their
awesome.
application.
Like somebody who now lives in Denver.
Yeah, transplant
St. Louis
from
transplant?
Farmington. Yeah. I'll post that on the socials later. I had his girlfriend record his swearing in. I'll put that up later. Fun week, great shows, great festival. Man, it's a big comedy festival. It's like invite only. It's one of the best ones. It's really well run, and everybody on it's a murderer. I mean, it's a murderer's row. So it was the shows were great.
Denver, so good.
Yeah, I had a fun time, man. Cool city.
How long does it take to get over that altitude sickness? Like a day or two?
About a day.
In my experience, it's like 12 solid hours of some sort of rest, and then you'll kind of pass.
Is it almost immediate when you get off the plane? I've never.
It's not
Denver's
immediate.
one of those cities where I do plan on at some point.
It happened to me that evening. So I probably got there at noon or so, and I just started feeling funky at like 7 or 8, and then everybody wanted to play games and do different stuff, and I was like, I don't think I can really move. I think I'm going to stay up here. And then I was sick as a dog from 10 p.m. to probably 10 a.m.
Yeah, Denver to me is one of those cities. Okay, so if you said, hey, man, you ever been to Lincoln, Nebraska? Oh, no? It's great over there. I'm never going to Lincoln, Nebraska.
You say that now.
When am I ever going to go to Lincoln, Nebraska? When am I ever going to go to Omaha? Never. When am I ever going to go to Oklahoma City? Never.
The Cowboy Hall of Fame?
Never going to go there. Denver's one of those places. I may wind up there at some point.
Trying to think of where you may go, where you may cut through Omaha or something like that.
Yeah, you could cut through there.
Yeah, but I'm not stopping.
Look, kids, Omaha.
I'm not on tour. I'm not on tour. I'm not a comic. I'm not a musician. I'm never going to Peoria.
Maybe you're going up to Montana, man. Maybe you're going up, to
finally get outdoors.
Canoe up by the Canadian border.
And I have to drive. I'm flying.
Okay, good point.
I'm flying.
You rest your case.
Denver does sound cool, though. It is a city I'd like to hit up at some point.
Colorado in general is one of the coolest places on the planet.
Yeah, that's a place I'll hit up at some point.
Even the Flatlands.
Did you do food? Like any good food up there?
Yeah, we did some. Well, they catered a lot. There was a lot of events because it's a festival, so they catered a lot of stuff, which was awesome. But I got a good little hodgepodge of.
Is Denver known for some kind of cuisine?
Yeah, they got a lot of well-known restaurants around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The names of them. It's always with the locals. They're like, we got to go here. You got to go to this place. You got to go to this.
Every city has
Every city's got that. But what are they known for? What is Denver?
I don't know if they're known for anything.
Like St. Louis?
I did laugh really hard because at one of they had like pizza. It's kind of like it's L.A. East a little bit. Denver's kind of getting. It's very expensive to live there. Everything, the neighborhood I was in was very like, a lot of little shops and a lot of, skiers and snowboarders, and it's a lot of Subarus, and definitely lives up. Everybody's driving a Subaru out back.
Oh, yeah,
It's very.
you get one.
Good
when you
for
move there.
you. Yeah, it's very.
You're issued one.
South Park.
I like that.
But they just had like 2 tubs of like mastacholi noodles, plain. Sitting at the end of this pizza buffet.
Plain?
With like a little tub of marinara that looked like a thimble. And I was like, is this the Denver style pizza? You just put some loose mastacholi noodles on top and fold it in half?
I think there's a St. Louis place. Isn't that where there's a St. Louis place? There was a guy who moved from St. Louis.
I thought it was
Phoenix.
New York City.
Phoenix?
Phoenix had one where 2 brothers from St. Louis had the St. Louis bar where it had all the gear everywhere.
It had thin crust pizza, the arch on the wall. It had cardinal stuff everywhere.
There might be one in Denver too, though.
I think there is, and they do toasted ravioli, St. Louis style pizza.
I didn't see any of that.
It's a full on St. Louis place. The Denver is known for their nuggets, so they're chicken nuggets.
That's true, and they're home of the mountain
named
slice.
a basketball.
Nuggets.
They're home of the mountain slice
The
with
hell
their
outta
pizza.
here.
It's cut like a mountain, so it's kind of a triangle.
I see that.
Denver, known for green chili,
Bunch of
Colorado
breweries.
lamb, Palisade peaches, and craft beer. Okay.
Yeah, let's say a bunch of breweries.
Yeah, ton
I found a
of that.
place. There was a good late night ramen spot. And I was here for it because, when I thought I was sick and I wasn't feeling good, I ordered some ramen with some broth. And it was, they did this thing where they put the dumplings. You know what I'm talking about? Like the gyoza or whatever.
Yeah.
It was in the soup.
Oh, yeah?
So they did like a gyoza soup. So
Yeah,
it was
that's
like
good.
ramen and it had the dumplings in it, like the
Nice.
pork stuffed dumplings. And man, that spot was good.
Yeah, me and my daughter went to a Noodle House on Saturday.
Man,
Nice.
Hadn't been there in a while.
How was
Speaking
it?
of ramen, that's great.
The one down
love
here?
that place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, since we're at Parkway North, which is up on Fifi, that's 2 miles away.
It's the one with our pictures.
It's my kid's favorite place.
Noodle House?
Love it.
Yeah, never a bad meal there.
No.
They're always asking for Noodle House.
Never a bad meal. But hey, speaking of food, I don't know how many people hit us up this weekend about the developments as far as food in St. Louis goes.
Oh.
Headline, KSTK, quickly growing Mexican-inspired fast food concept planning expansion into St. Louis region. Well, it looks like we're getting some Taco John's in the area. Huh?
You don't say. Man.
Taco John's looking to expand to St. Louis. Taco John's International Inc., a quickly growing Mexican-inspired fast food concept, has met with a few interested franchisees in the area and hopes to open its first brick and mortar in the St. Louis region by late 2024 or early 2025. Vice President for Franchise Development, Brooke Spears, said.
Well, cue the Bob Seger, baby. He's here. Something American just happened in this city. Bob
That a Taco John's is opening?
That's right. That's right.
Nothing more American than a taco joint opening up in St. Louis.
Taco John's is American. Taco John's is as American as apple pie.
Yeah,
Known for
straight out of Wyoming.
Known for its potato olays.
See?
Bite-sized, deep-fried potato nuggets. The Cheyenne, Wyoming-based company is on track to open more than 20 stores this year, marking the most stores the company has opened in a single calendar year in the last 2 decades.
Wowie.
Currently, there are nearly 400 Taco John's restaurants across 23 states, mostly spanning the upper Midwest. The company has 11 restaurants in Missouri, according to the website, but none in St. Louis. It looks like that's going to be happening in about a year.
What do you think spearheaded that?
I don't know. Could be a certain morning radio show.
Could be.
Talking about it incessantly.
Yeah.
To the point of Taco John's going, fine, all right, we'll open up a restaurant in St. Louis. You guys shut up about it.
It's the revolution, baby. Over the airwaves. Old school.
It's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Won't be televised, but it will be over the air, broadcast over the airwaves. And
We should never have to pay for a taco in the city again.
Amen.
If it's not, if it's not
they don't
ours-
have us there cutting the ribbon.
Yeah, the first one to open in the St. Louis area.
But you know what? We didn't just do it for us. We did it for the city of St. Louis. That's what it's really about.
Oh, yeah, for the kids.
Did it for
We did
the
it for the
kids.
kids.
We need to be clear that we are not doing this right now. And if one pops up, it's not ours.
Yeah.
So
No, it's not. Yeah, it's
But they're
not.
gonna
No,
give
it's
us-
not
somebody's going
ours.
to piggyback
They're
on
gonna
all
give us
this
a little
talk.
share.
Yeah.
It's not ours, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure talking about it and
Yeah.
seeing the interest, especially on social media.
Yeah, I've talked to the guy many times.
Brooks. Brooks is
I've
the guy
I've talked to
that
Brooks many times.
Moon and Rafe have been chatting with about this whole thing.
Right, yes. I've gone as far as talking to partners, lenders, all of it. Like I've gone through the whole thing, done all my due diligence and gotten quite far down.
Hey, just so you guys know, it's not easy to open up a fast food joint.
No, and if we're being honest, and just like full blown out front, one of the only things that's stopping me right now is I don't have an operator. Obviously, I can't do this. I can't run it. I can't do this and
Well, what
run
time
that.
does talk? Well, yeah, you can't.
So I need a partner that's an operator. That's all I'm looking for. Just an operator.
Like somebody to run the store
I have two potential guys that I've been talking to
that could run.
that would run the store, be the operating manager.
Yeah, because listen, you're not going to be on the Potato Olay station
No.
and be on this radio show at
Owner
the same time.
/ that's it. Not owner / operator.
Yeah, when we were talking about investment opportunities, I told you I don't want to have anything to do with running anything.
Yes.
Like, honestly.
You go, yeah, I might be a part of it. I don't want to do anything.
I don't want to do anything. I'll give a couple bucks over, but I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, and that's fine. I have a lot of people that are going to give a couple bucks over. I've lined everything up except for the operator. And
Yeah, that's a tough.
I don't
that's
want to
a
just
tough,
work with anybody. It has to be somebody I trust. It's
That's
like
a tough job.
real deal business. But like to
somebody that knows how to do it.
to be honest, Brooks isn't kidding. We've been talking about this stuff for months now. And if the right opportunity presents itself, and I have an operator on board, then we're
What
good to go.
are the franchise rules? You have to open up 3.
I don't know how much we should get into it.
I mean, it's
I'm not
readily
sure.
available. You can look it up.
Yeah, but I think
A normal franchisee, I think.
Typically, yes.
if I remember,
and
it's,
this is for
it's
any
3 or
anyone.
5. You usually have to like own a territory or be responsible for a territory. like a couple buddies of mine did like an ice cream type shop, and they had to buy a territory. So they buy in, and then the plan is they have to present a plan where they're going to open 3 to 5 within 3 years.
Right. So I seriously looked into, before Chick-fil-A came to St. Louis, looked into, no, the Chick-fil-A was here already. I'm sorry, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A was not on the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
Like, they were not in New York or anything like that. So I had a buddy come to town. I took him to Chick-fil-A, and he goes, man, this would be great, in the New York area. I said, this would kill. Because I said, let me drive you by one of these Chick-fil-A's. You're gonna see a line during lunch. I could drive you past 5 or 6 Chick-fil-A's, and there'll be a line every time for lunch. Every time. They're crushed it. I go, this would kill in New York City. So he goes, let's open up one. I go, let's do it. So we called up the Chick-fil-A, franchise line. First of all, there was a waiting list of 30,000 people.
Holy moly.
That's amazing.
30,000 people.
Wow.
Who were in line to open up a Chick-fil-A restaurant. Not only that, but you have to have a certain amount of money in the bank. And I forget what it was like, $2 million or something like that. You have to have that in the bank.
Yeah.
You got to have that.
That's
you gotta
easy
have,
check.
Got to have access to X amount for loans.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of requirements.
Oh, and you don't choose where it goes.
Oh.
Like you, as far as Chick-fil-A goes, and this is 10, 15 years ago. And now they are on the East Coast. But I was like, man, if we opened up one in Long Island. They're like, oh, no. We tell you where you're going to open up. You can't just go, I found a place and I'm just going to put a Chick-fil-A here. No. We tell you.
Wow.
We tell you where it's going to go.
It's almost better.
It really
I will
is.
say this. More people sent me that article or tagged me in that
Oh, yeah.
than maybe anything in the history of my life. So people know that we're at least spearheaded a campaign to change the face of casual Mexican dining in St. Louis for the better. So that's all I need in my heart. If that's as far as it goes and somebody else picks up the baton and runs with it, that's fine. Because it was never about me. It was never about us. It was never about...
No,
all
it's a
Moon
bigger
and I, all
thing.
Moon and I were doing was getting a conversation started. And if it goes further and he finds a partner, I support his endeavors.
And it's bigger than all of us, I think.
Yeah, sometimes
It's grown.
it has. What started as a whisper has turned into a battle cry.
But if Brooks is saying he's talking to multiple people, then that means it's inspired other people. To,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
To look
That's
into.
right. We would like to take full responsibility for that.
Yes.
So, good job, us.
We'd like to take full credit
What's up, Brooks?
Yeah, full credit, and never pay for a taco at Taco John's ever
for
again.
whatever wealthy person had the liquidity
Yes,
to actually make this happen.
Yeah.
Disposable
I take full
income.
credit for their success.
And yes, we will set aside any point to come with the giant scissors and cut the ribbon.
Yes. And
And go home with a box of potato olays.
yeah, of which I should never have to spend.
A dime.
No.
Never a dime at any Taco John's.
There should
And
be a potato ole fountain.
also, we're willing to come and each get golden shovels to break ground.
I was going to
on the first one of the
say,
year.
we need golden cards that just have our name. But only 5 golden cards. And
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah, but I
it's
would
got a
like to
gold
be
card.
part of a groundbreaking ceremony as well. So
With a
we'll
hard helmet
make
on.
ourselves
Is that-
available.
is that on the bucket
I'd
list?
also
That's
like to say, side note, because it bugs me all the time, and it really bugged me on this one. If you're a person, I saw that they put up the article, people were sharing it, people were excited about Taco John's, about a new option besides the heinous garbage of Taco Bell being served to us. If you're the type of person who can't just let people be happy about something, and you feel like you have to comment, we need a Taco Bueno, or, oh, no thanks, Taco John's is trash. If you feel like you have to immediately change the subject or crap on someone else's happiness, you're a terrible human being. Listen
You
too
see
closely.
people.
You're a
You see people are
terrible,
rejoicing.
awful piece of garbage.
Yeah, you
People
saw us
are
dancing
happy.
Dells. We supported it. We were excited.
That's right.
for
The
it.
Dancing Dells are
We
on
didn't come
board.
out
They're like, you
against
know
it.
what? We love Del Taco.
The Del
but we're
Tacos?
not
Yeah,
here
the
to rain
Dancing
on
Dells.
Taco
No.
John's parade.
The dance.
The dance-
We're
Dells?
happy because you're happy.
That's right. The Dancing Dells came out, did a little chorus girl kick line. Yeah. And it's just like, it's everything. I see it on everything. Like, you can't celebrate anything. You can't be happy about anything without somebody immediately.
Crapping on him. Of
Or
course.
just like talking about something totally non sequitur. To just be a contrarian. Like, you're a piece of garbage.
I think
Just
I
shut
saw you say that to somebody on Twitter.
I did.
Over the weekend.
There's always an a-hole in every crowd who can't just let people be happy. And it's like, if you get some kind of weird kick or rejoice out of that, you're trash. You're a trash human. And I'm just saying it. Because I've had it. I don't care. I can handle Facebook comments. I can handle people trashing me on YouTube. But when you put down Taco John's, you've gone too far.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. I get it. It was
There's plenty of stuff I don't like, you know? Plenty of stuff I don't like. And sometimes, yeah, we might talk about it on the radio in the context of conversation, but I don't seek out people's posts. I don't seek out people's, if someone's rejoicing in something, I'm like, good, rejoice in it, you know?
Oh, here was the tweet. Riz Show quotes
Yeah.
said, "We did it, people," and linked to the KSTK article. And then Derek writes, "It's really not that good." And then Rafe writes, "Always an a-hole in every crowd who can't let people be happy."
That's right.
Yeah, but isn't this the mountaintop home for this kind of stuff on Twitter? I mean, that's what Twitter is now.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter's a trash pile in and of itself, but it's
Twitter-
like,
Twitter
Oh,
is
because
the
you're not
safe
going to
haven.
find that on Facebook?
I'm just saying.
They're nice
I'm
over
just
there.
saying,
That's
dude.
the kind
Let's
crowd.
go over to Threads.
Hey, that's where they're nice. No one's mean.
yeah, just, I don't know, man. It just gets, it's so dull and unoriginal to me that I'm like, oh, wow, look at you.
Hot take.
Hot take contrarian. And I'm like, I'm sorry that you're not an interesting enough person to get your attention any other way.
Nah.
But it's like, just, you can't let people be happy for 24 hours. Can we not celebrate as a city
No.
that we spearheaded a grassroots movement to have something new and cool in our city, whether you like it or not? I don't like soccer, but I'm pumped for people who do, that we have a soccer team. I'm pumped for Moon. He's a huge soccer fan. He loves going to those games. He's my friend. You know what, dude? Good for you. Will I ever go down to that soccer field and enjoy myself? Probably not. But I'm not going to get on the MLS website and trash
And go,
the
this
soccer
is boring.
team.
Probably not that good.
Yeah, actually, soccer kind of sucks. Yeah, it does kind of suck.
But
you know
let the
what?
people who like it enjoy
Yeah.
it.
But lots of people like it, man. And go
They're
enjoy
filling
yourself.
that place out every game.
And if I go to a game, I'm not going to stand in the stands with my thumb pointing down the whole time.
And only a jerk would say that a 0-0 tie is boring.
Yes. I'm serious. That's
Only stupid people say that. Right, Moon?
Not stupid. Just people that don't know. You just don't know.
Yes. Ignorance. Let's hope Taco John doesn't see that tweet from Derek
yes.
and
They
say,
pull
you know
out
what?
immediately?
We're pulling out. Derek doesn't
That's
like
it.
it. We're out.
St. Louis,
We're out.
mark it off.
Hey, speaking of tacos, remember we had that story a couple weeks ago about the guy stealing one taco from that place out on Cherokee Street?
yes.
There's more to that story.
It was a teenager, right?
Yeah, it was a teenager. It's a bad kid. We were kind of laughing about it. Like, oh, a guy stole one taco, pulled out a BB gun, what turned out to be a BB gun, and stole one taco. This is a bad kid. Headline, a man accused of stealing taco at gunpoint facing charges in separate incidents. A man charged last week with robbery after allegedly taking a taco at gunpoint is facing assault, sodomy, and other felony charges in unrelated incidents. That's right, I said sodomy. St. Louis City court records show 19-year-old Antonio Murray Jr. charged Thursday with first-degree assault, first-degree sodomy, or attempted sodomy, 2 counts of first-degree burglary, and several other low-level felony assault and robbery counts. Okay, he was charged Tuesday with first-degree robbery related to an incident on September 8th. This is the one we talked to at Lily's Panaderia. I'm probably butchering that. And I talked to Polo about this place. He said it's good. It's like a bakery.
Lily's.
Yeah. Am I saying the right? Panaderia?
I don't know.
According to a charging document in that case, he allegedly threatened a staff member with a BB gun and demanded a taco. He was arrested on Wednesday on that charge. He was served with the warrant on the additional charges on Thursday while being held without bond. The most recent charge stems from two unrelated incidents, one September 5th, one September 17th. In the first incident, this is where it gets awful. Charging documents allege Murray forced his way into a residence on September 5th, assaulted two victims, took $50 in the victim's cell phone, as well as a television before fleeing. Victims contacted police, but Murray was not able to be identified. Then on September 17th, he came back to the house, the one that he robbed on the 5th. Again, assaulted the victims. According to charging documents, after entering the residence, he threw a refrigerator on the ground and began striking one of the victims. He then allegedly assaulted the second victim sexually and physically.
Good Lord.
Wow.
I believe with a broom.
Oh, man.
Police said in charging documents that officers saw swelling and redness on the victims, on the first victim, bruising on the other. The victims were able to identify Murray from a photo lineup. Following the arrest, he admitted to the crimes, and this guy's locked up, going away for a while.
Dang.
Yeah, it wound up being more than just stealing a taco, this guy. But the fact that he went back to the first house is...
This Lily's
Panaderia?
Panaderia. Look at this food. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's like a bakery.
Yeah, and I think they close... Isn't it one of those places that... Well, I guess they're open all day, but whenever their counter gets cleared out, it's not getting replaced, I don't think.
I mean, the food looks incredible.
Yeah.
Panaderia. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah, it's a cool little spot.
But, yeah, they were making street tacos, I guess, and that, scumbag walks up, pulls out what looked like a real gun, stole a taco, and
it's wild, because that lady that runs it's super sweet over there.
Yeah.
She's very motherly.
And the other story, Rafe, that I read more about over the weekend, and this is just fascinating to me, it's a story of the sexual predator who escaped from the hospital. And I know you're out in Denver.
Yeah.
When this was all going down.
Yeah, I saw a couple things. I saw that he escaped and was apprehended.
Well, he escaped Thursday morning from the hospital.
I know.
I saw him in Denver.
But KSDK has kind of a timeline of what he did while he was on the run for 16 hours.
Besides the selfie.
Dude, it is crazy what this guy did in 16 hours.
Let's hear it. Start at the top.
Well, this is what KSDK says. Applying for a job, hitchhiking, eating a hot dog at a voter registration event, and possibly hiding in sewers.
Come on, that sounds like a movie.
Those are some of the ways
hilarious.
St. Louis County Police say Tommy Wayne Boyd spent his 16 hours on the run Thursday. Now, Rafe, you heard how he got out.
Yeah, dude. Very,
Sleeping guard.
very Hollywood tropey.
I mean, sleeping
what I mean?
former guard.
Yes.
Sleeping guard. I'm like, this is very Billy the Kid. Like, broom handle, take the key off the sleeping guard's hook, slide it down into the cage, let yourself out. You know what I mean? Like, this just sounded very...
Well, the story goes...
I don't know if you saw it, but he said he was gonna grab the gun, but he thought it might wake him up.
I did see that.
It was a sleeping guard, the other guard who went to the bathroom, and then this Tommy guy grabbing the guy's jacket and walking out. From what I heard, there was also a hospital attendant that saw him walk out, and then they were like, nope, I'm not trained for this.
Oh, like saw and knew what the act was? Like knew what was happening?
I guess so. That's what I heard kind of secondhand.
But I mean, they didn't call anyone?
No, I'm sure they were like, hey, this guy's leaving.
Okay, I could get that. I mean, if you're a little gal and you see this guy come out, you're like, no way.
You're talking
But I'm
about
calling the
hospital
police.
overnight staff.
Yeah.
Now, now investigators are working to fill the gaps on their timeline. This is from St. Louis County Lieutenant Colonel Jason Law. What he was in prison for is a very serious crime. He said of Boyd's child sex crimes convictions back dating to the early 90s. I want to make sure if there's any victims out there that they contact the St. Louis County Police. Let us know their story. Still trying to hammer out a timeline for sure. So it began around 4 a.m.
Okay.
4 a.m. Thursday when state and local law enforcement sources said that 45-year-old Tommy Wayne Boyd stole a handcuff key from one of 2 guards who were supposed to be watching him at Mercy Hospital South. Sources tell Channel 5 the guard fell asleep while the other one went to the bathroom. He then stole the guard's jacket and walked out. The sources say he later told police he thought about stealing the guard's gun, but feared it might wake him. Where he went for the next 4 hours is still a mystery. Law says he may have been hiding in a sewer. What we're trying to do is confirm that by either camera or by passerby that somebody may have seen him getting out of the sewer. He did some peculiar things along the way. The next sighting, so again, he walked out around 4:30. The next sighting was at 8 a.m. He hitched a ride from a stranger at a Phillips 66 gas station across the street from the hospital.
No.
So for 4
way.
hours, he was there. Like, he was in the area.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. And then got a ride.
Dang.
He got a ride. So he hitched a ride from a stranger at the Phillips 66 across the street from the
It's
hospital.
almost like you shouldn't pick up hitchhikers sometimes.
Hey, so I remember when this hit. I remember when it hit the news and we were seeing it that morning. But did we get one of those alerts? Shouldn't we get an alert for that if we're getting an alert for everything else?
Well, the only alert we got was, hey, they're locking down the Lindbergh School District. That's the only thing we saw in the news.
Yeah, we saw it on the news. I'm saying our phones, the devices. Shouldn't we get something like that?
I don't know. It's not an Amber Alert.
I know. I don't know what the color would be, but like, shouldn't that be an alert?
Like you have a dangerous,
A
escapee
dangerous person. Yeah.
out and about.
He's dressed like a zebra right now, so keep an eye out. A little ball tied to his.
One of the
chain to
Bugle
his
Boys
feet.
is out.
Okay, so he hitched a ride at the Phillips 66 across the street from the hospital, and cops say he had no idea. The Good Samaritan called us later with details of what transpired.
But what I'm saying is, let's say, okay, now we know we have a convict, an escaped convict.
Right.
It's 8 a.m., blah, blah, blah. But your phone goes off. Guess who's not getting the hitchhiking gig?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, guess who's not letting strangers in their car? Anybody in the area?
Point, man.
That's phone just buzzed and said, dangerous person in the area, don't let him in your car.
Didn't he?
Yeah, if anybody's looking for a ride, this could be our guy.
That's what I mean. Like,
So he applied for a job.
Well, we'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm going through the timeline of KSTK.
Oh, all right. I apologize. That was
Now-
the only thing I heard about it. That
No,
was
he
the
hitched the
single
ride.
detail I heard about it. All right.
He hitched the ride. The guy who gave him the ride, again, had no idea. No idea. He was just helping somebody who was looking
yeah,
for a
right,
ride.
right. This
which
is
weird.
exactly what we always, remember we always talked to Jeff about it?
Of course.
Yep.
And we were like, what if somebody escaped right down the road from this place or that place, and that's who you're picking up? Every time. That was our example. This was our example.
Haven't you seen it by the state penitentiary where you'll see signs that says, do not pick
not pick up
hitchhikers up
hitchhikers,
in this area?
Lindbergh parents got a text, so says Tim.
Yeah, Lindbergh parents. But I'm just saying, okay, moving on.
All right, next up, the man told police he dropped Boyd off in South St. Louis, and Boyd was spotted along Arsenal Street. He walked into a quick shop and attempted to apply for a position.
Well, I mean,
like it,
Okay. That's the first
Gotta
thing I
start
can
over.
That's the first thing I can respect.
Applied for a job.
So he put his name down on paper too, by the way.
I don't know what
Well,
you'd put down
Lloyd.
as
I
your
see a
name.
gap here in your work history.
From 98 till now.
Yeah. I was self-employed.
Yeah.
I worked for the state.
In his defense, though, last place they're going to look for you is at a job. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, when can you
What
start?
is
He's
it?
like, I'll start
Immediately.
right now. Immediately. Get behind the counter.
I'll start right now. You got a uniform?
Yeah.
I'll put on your uniform right now.
Issue me a work uniform. I'll clock in. Cops are looking for him. He's just mopping the floors, whistling. Nobody's
Yeah,
looking
that's a good
for you.
point.
Nobody's
Dang.
looking for you at
That's
a
a good
job
point.
immediately after a jailbreak.
Good point.
What's your
Now, if I
social?
see anyone whistling, I know exactly who they are.
237. Oh no, that's
Good point.
my convict number.
Okay, so then, so 8 o'clock, he gets the ride. He applies for the job. Then about 10 a.m., police say they see the selfie of Tommy Wayne Boyd with a woman on social media. Cops say we did identify her, but right now the relationship with her is unknown.
So we still don't know the story there.
Still don't know the story there. Remember, there was a picture that came out like, here he is stopping for a selfie with somebody. Then around 1 p.m., he went to a voter registration event at Tower Grove Park.
Tons of cops, everything there.
He apparently answered a bunch of political questions and got a free hot dog.
Well,
It's pretty smart.
so now he's applied for a job and had a meal.
And now he's down at Tower Grove. So we went from, was it Tesson Ferry?
That's a hike, man.
Yeah.
Tesson Ferry,
Tesson
the old
Ferry
St.
in Kenneally,
Anthony's,
yeah.
Mercy South.
By the
He
way,
goes to South City and
is he-
Arsenal,
is
and
he-
now he's in Tower Grove.
he's still in
It's by my house.
he's still in the Yeezy slipper, like jail
Yeah,
issued
the counties?
slippers and a cop's jacket, right?
Okay, he's got the cop jacket. At some point, they say he ditched the shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, so not in counties anymore?
But dude, that's once you get down in Arsenal, Tower Grove. I mean, there's a ninja that walks around down there. Nobody says nothing. You ever seen that guy?
No.
Oh,
No,
there's
he's
a
a
guy.
ninja.
There's like a Tower Grove ninja?
Oh yeah, there's a dude walking around with he's got like a samurai knot, and his head is shaved, and he's got on. He looks like he came out of the Matrix, dude. He's got on glasses, like a leather vest, like a sword on his back, big gi pants.
What?
Yeah, but
Oh
see,
yeah, dude.
But you're looking
South
for,
City Samurai, dude.
You-
He's walking around all the time.
You're looking for things out of the usual, and that's.
But I'm
per
saying, like,
usual.
that guy's walking around, and I don't even notice him anymore.
Yeah, he's got a cop jacket on. Yeah, he's got a DOC jacket on. Prison-issued slides.
and the orange Yeezys.
That's why
There you go.
everybody's got Crocs on. That's what happens. This is Crocs' fault. We've normalized Crocs to a point that a guy can be walking around in prison-issued slides, and he still seems like he's presentable in our society.
Yeah, presentable. Those were $250.
Yeah, those are nice.
Okay, so 1 o'clock he goes to the voter registration event at Tower Grove.
Free hot dog.
Free hot dog. Police say they missed him by about 15 minutes. Somebody spotted him, called the cops.
Oh,
Gone.
okay. So he was seen there.
He was seen there. Cops were on him, but didn't get there in time. Missed him by 15 minutes.
Well, I mean, he picked the right food to walk and eat. You know, you don't have to sit around and do that. You just look at that hot dog. I better move. I can move and eat.
They say the trail seemed cold until just before 8 p.m. when a woman called the police saying she was following him as he was walking in Shrewsbury, which is
Wow.
about a 4-mile walk southwest of Tower Grove,
Yeah,
and
so
just
he-
over the city-county
He
border.
backtracked.
And they arrested him at the Deerberg's grocery store. They said his hair had almost been entirely shaved off by then.
Wait, so he got a haircut?
Half a haircut.
His hair had been almost entirely shaved off his head. A law enforcement source told Channel 5 he was almost bragging about his escape to officers as he was being processed through St. Louis County Justice Center.
To be honest, maybe he should, because that's pretty embarrassing. He embarrassed a lot of folks.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Missouri Department of Corrections officials confirmed the guards did not follow proper procedures and protocols while guarding him at the hospital, and that the appropriate discipline has been given. Then later Friday afternoon, the department said, yeah, these guys no longer work for us.
Where did he get the haircut stuff? Like, where did he find clippers?
There's like a 7-hour gap.
So he stole probably somewhere.
But that's the thing. Like, I mean, he wasn't done with the haircut, but they didn't say that they arrested him with stuff in his pockets or anything. He didn't have, clippers, hair clippers on him. He just had a half.
Who knows? I mean, there's 7 hours of you could accomplish a lot.
He could probably sell his story and get one of those, wackadoo, like
Yeah.
day in the life movies.
Because I could picture this being a Ferris Bueller thing where it starts off, then the news is covered, and by the end of it, people are like cheering him on when he's walking around, and he's like a nice guy.
Yeah. You twist it a little bit, and it's
Oh,
a hell
no,
of a
this is
movie.
not a nice guy by any means.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
you
the
twist it a
movie,
little
you
bit,
make
and
it fun
it's a
of
hell
the
of a movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, again, I think I said this on Thursday or Friday. Like, if this guy got hit by a car while he was out, the world would probably be a better place. This is not a good guy. Been incarcerated since 2007, serving a 30-year term for enticement of a child, which means he was trying to convince a child younger than 15 to engage in a sex act with him when he was older than 21. Before that, he served 10 years for statutory sodomy involving an 11-year-old boy who he assaulted when he was 18. Law said that there was, and this is the spokesperson, more than 100 officers and multiple agencies involved in the manhunt. And it took one woman to say, I see him. I see him in Shrewsbury. He's in the Deerberg's parking lot. Come get him.
Man, what was that? the marshal. You remember the fugitive?
U.S. Marshal.
Check every outhouse.
Yeah.
Duck house, manhunt. Tommy Lee Jones.
He's got a 6-hour head start on us. Like, that's one of the greatest speeches
What was
right there.
the
Dr. Richard Kimball.
Yeah, Kimball. Thank you, Dr. Kimball.
Give it up, Richard.
Dr. Richard Kimball. My name is Detective John Kimball.
Here it is. Here's Tommy Lee Jones from The Fugitive.
What I want out of each and every one of you is a hard target search
That's it.
of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, hen house, outhouse, or doghouse in that area. Checkpoints go up at 15 miles. Your fugitive's name is Dr. Richard Kimball.
Yeah. So what our man?
Chicago Police Department thinks you're a cop killer. They will shoot you on sight, Richard. I know you're innocent.
That movie and The Client. Those were two of my favorite as a kid.
Yeah.
I
could
had
watch
a
those on
fight with
repeat.
a South City samurai. The
where he got his
sequel,
haircut.
U.S. Marshals, with Wesley Snipes, also not a bad movie.
Oh, that was a sequel to that?
He was the same
Yeah.
guy in it.
Wait, which one?
The
U.S. Marshals.
U.S.
U.S.
Marshals.
Marshals?
Tommy
Oh,
Lee
okay.
Jones reprised that role.
That was a good movie, too.
Was
Yeah.
a good movie, and I saw they filmed that, the crash, the plane crash, like in Southern Illinois, Cairo, Illinois.
Wow.
And when I learned to scuba dive, there's a rock quarry in Vienna, Illinois, that has the fuselage of this plane sunk in it. That Tommy Lee Jones and Wesley Snipes signed the wing.
That's
And
Sweet.
it's pretty cool, man. So like when you it's crystal clear water because it's a rock quarry. There's no mud, so it's a good place to learn to scuba dive.
Yeah.
And you dive down, and you can go all the way down to the nose of the plane, and it's kind of in there sideways, and it's a giant 747 fuselage. Because once they filmed the movie, they're like, we don't know what to do with this. There's just a giant plane fuselage from like a fake plane crash, that they filmed for the movie. So they're like, just put it in the rock quarry. So that's what they did.
That's pretty
Scott
cool.
says on the feedback, voter registration, he can't even vote. He's a felon. The nerve of this guy.
I tell you.
The nerve.
Hey, man, he's
Good
just trying to be
call. Good point.
an upright
Just trying to do his
citizen.
civic duty, huh?
Telling you, if he was gone for another day, we'd have called in Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones. My pop's cousin was in that movie. He's
Oh, the bus driver.
he's the bus driver that gets shot
Oh, really?
I forgot
Oh,
about
cool.
that. Yeah.
when the bus crash happens.
Cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Yes, they'll tack on additional charges, obviously, with this guy escaping. But I want to know what he did during those 7 hours that are unaccounted for.
That and you never hear what the charges are. The additional what's
escaping.
Yeah. But I'm saying what's the tack on? You get 2 years for that? You get 6 years? Does it double your sentence?
Oh, I don't
or whatever
know.
your sentence
I
is?
mean, the
gets
guy's
double?
gonna
What
serve
is
30 years anyway.
What's the standard for trying to escape being caught and then extending a sentence? And how does that happen? Is that a trial? Is there a standard?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I've never heard how that happens. You just
Now-
hear like, "Oh, you're in trouble now."
Will the guards be charged? Especially the one that fell asleep. Will they be charged?
'Cause they cost
Can they
a lot
be
of money.
charged?
They cost the city and state a lot of money.
Well, you said they've been taken care of.
Well, they've been fired
Well, how do you know that?
because they said they've been fired.
Oh.
They're no longer with the Department of Corrections. Like, that has been made abundantly clear.
They probably got promoted.
These two have been alleviated of their. Yeah, this is the whole guarding people is not for you.
Nope.
We're not.
Not for you,
guards.
Bruce.
We're not
Upper
guards.
management, yes.
Yeah, Bruce the narcoleptic they hired for overnight. the overnight guard. Come on.
He had his CPAP machine
Yeah,
on.
yeah. We're gonna give you a desk job.
Dude,
It starts at
it's an
9:30.
accident. I'm like, you had your CPAP mask on and a newspaper over your face. You had a nightcap on, Bruce. What? You had an old Ebenezer Scrooge style nightgown on when he came.
When he came to work this morning.
When he woke up, he was like, rubbed his eyes, and he had like a nightcap on. He had a little lantern. He's going through the hospital. looking for
Where's
the guy.
Tommy? Tommy!
Marco?
Uh-oh.
Man, that's funny.
Yeah, he does this all the time. He hides from us. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
worry.
it's
Don't
fun.
worry.
It's
He
a
does it
fun
all the time.
game.
We play hide and seek all the
Yeah,
time.
check the bathrooms. He's got a small bladder.
Oh, what about the guy that went to the bathroom and he comes? All right, Bruce, I'm going to go to the can real quick. He's got the post dispatch under his arm.
Yeah, you got this.
I
You
mean,
gonna be
I'm
all right?
picturing all the, yeah. I'm picturing the guy from Terminator 2 that, like, walks to the machine and gets his coffee, and he looks
Oh, yeah.
under the cup. It's like, it's my lucky day.
Yeah, and then he gets stabbed with
His
a
back, yeah, and then he gets a knife through the eye.
knife through the eye.
You know, the guy who went to the bathroom was like, man, I got my belt on with my gun. It weighs a lot. So I'll just take it off, put it at the foot of the bed, walk in there. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know where this guy was being held, what part of the hospital. Is there a special wing that they
Yeah.
And I think one of
Probably
my
not.
put?
and I think
The
one of my-
tower. They put him up at the top of the tower. Then
I think one of my first questions was too when that kind of stuff happens, because I'm sure it happens a lot. I mean, there's a lot of prisoners need some sort of medical attention, right? Do hospitals get notified? Do people get told, "Hey, so and so, there's going to be a convict here at this wing"? You know what I'm saying?
Just
I mean,
the staff,
yeah, just as an extra precaution for this kind of stuff, or do they not say that so it doesn't cause any sort of stress or
Well,
ruckus?
I don't know if every hospital's picked out, but some are just picked out to work with that kind of stuff. So they're used to the
It depends on what they
inmates
need.
coming in.
So they just assume that every seventh person is an inmate.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, and then down in Springfield they had the federal medical prison there. So the hospitals there always have
A federal medical prison.
in Springfield
Yeah, yeah. So it's meant for people
that have.
that have people who are in prison.
But like the guy that bombed the towers in the mid '90s, he was down there for ages because he had some heart condition. So he was down there. But they would take him to the hospital. They had locked down those rooms. It was a big deal.
Wait. What,
Yeah, they're not
depends
saying-
on-
explain
It
a
depends
medical.
on what they need to be treated for.
Yeah.
What do you mean
just
medical
depends on
prison?
what you
So this is a prison for people that are
Have help.
incarcerated that need like constant attention.
Yes.
Whoa. Oh, so there's like a jail hospital.
And what's wild
Oh,
is
yeah, because
there's
you know
no.
Coming this fall to Fox.
you have older people who have cancer and
Right. So wherever they're incarcerated, when they get to that point, they all get shipped to these medical hospitals.
It depends if they
Yeah.
need if they need
Holy
to go to a
smokes.
hospital.
I know.
But my dad, he worked for the phone company, so that was one of the spots he would go and work on phone lines. And they had to go through all this stuff, and they had to hand him like his gear. Once he got in there, he had all his tools with him, and he's always so freaked out to be in that place with.
Yeah, of course.
Weapons.
Wow. No way.
Yeah, but it was interesting. There's no fence around it either.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, and they're not saying why he was down at St. Anthony's. I'm sorry, Mercy South. To be treated for what? But
Usually
I'm
they
just
just
so
put a,
fascinated
It
by this
wasn't-
story. There's
yeah,
so
hey,
many.
it wasn't
freaking
a sprained
layers to
ankle.
it.
There is good news. He got well enough to be able to leave on his own.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yay.
Huh?
They're not saying what he was in for.
It wasn't a sprained ankle. I don't think it was bad
He
knees.
didn't have a back
they said
problem. He was
escaping.
lying.
Escaping is an automatic 5 to 7 years.
5 to 7.
5 to 7.
That's the standard? Is that a federal standard? Is that a Missouri standard?
Wow.
I wonder if that guard woke up and was like, oh, phone, wallet, gun, keys. Uh-oh.
You don't get
I
5
feel
to
so
7.
bad, man.
Phone, got it, wallet. Let's see here. Gun, good, that's good. And, oh, no. Chuck's going to be mad.
Yeah.
You don't get 5 to 7 for escaping. You get 5 to 7 for escaping and getting caught.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Shout out to the human wiener wrinkle in the chat who immediately crapped on Taco John's after we had that conversation too. I just want to say that before we go on break. Like, good on you you're such a cool guy for coming in and saying that Jack in the Box tacos are better than Taco John's. That's really
Everything has its place.
the worst taco maybe ever invented. Jack in the Box tacos aren't even tacos. They look like an X-ray of a taco. Okay, because they're
Listen,
so
it has
greasy.
its place.
It does.
It does.
Like
Especially
on a drunken,
On a 4
drunken night,
a.m.
4 a.m., what's open run.
100%.
I'll take 15 Jack in the Box tacos.
or that style down in DB's. It's pretty unbeatable.
Yeah, where the Jack in the Box tacos, they're so soaked in grease that you can see through. They're translucent.
Yes.
Like the shell has become translucent. You can see what's inside.
Yes.
And that's what you mean by the X-ray of a taco.
Yeah, it looks like a spring roll of a taco of some kind. You can see the ingredients inside of it.
Yeah, and it's got its place in
Yeah,
society.
that's supposed to be
It is what it is.
that's what people are looking for at that hour.
That's fine.
So I've been told.
Oh, I guess he will go to trial for the escape. It's not automatic.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Again, this whole story.
Yeah.
How could this happen?
Yo, let's just
How
fill
could
in.
this happen?
Let's take the chronology of it. Let's fill in the blanks. Let's film something. We
So, like, what did he
we
do
can make a
between
movie
1
out
and
of
8
this.
o'clock? Between 1 and 8 o'clock, when he was at Tower Grove and got the hot dog and it was caught at the Deerbergs, what did he do?
Well, there's probably a few nice museums along the way.
Yeah, we got a free zoo.
Yeah, free zoo. He probably went over there, saw
Yeah.
pretty
I hope
animals.
not.
Yeah, went to the zoo.
Not the guy you want cruising the zoo.
I'm just thinking.
Well,
of
we're
things.
filling in the gaps ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I
what
know.
did he do?
For our adventure movie.
He went to the east side, won some money at the casino.
And stopped at
and then went City Museum because that's
stopped at the strip
15
club.
bucks.
He went in the sewers, found out the Ninja Turtles are real.
Yeah.
Trained briefly.
They would have turned him in.
Clown from It.
He went back in time to ancient Japan because he held onto that lantern thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you, guys.
I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
This movie could go anywhere.
I don't know.
I'm just happy he was well enough to leave the hospital.
Yeah. Where's my Team Riz Member of the Day sheet?
Well, I will tell you this.
I can
The
go
guy,
quickly.
I'm
Here.
glad they got him back incarcerated.
Yeah.
'Cause that guy sounds like a real POS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed, Rafe.
Here you go, Bob.
The guy really is a POS. I can't find my sheet. Oh, there it is. I got it, guys.
Okay.
I got it. Hey,
We're back.
we're back. Everything's going great this morning. All right, Team Riz Member of the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Team Riz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Riz. From Sullivan, Missouri, Brian Higgins is our
Brian.
Team Riz Member of the Day. I want to give Brian his just desserts here. Like what the full dossier here says. Brian has been a fan of both the Riz Show and the Point since its start and spreads the Riz gospel to everyone he encounters. He loves the originality that each member of the show brings, and it makes him feel like he's sitting with a group of buddies just talking. Loves Match Up with Moon, loves Friday Fail Stories, and the heated and sometimes off-the-wall discussions that take place daily. Well, thank you, Brian. Brian Higgins from Sullivan is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get a super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow@1057thepoint.com. Sex Time Fun Facts coming up. Sex Toy of the Week. We'll play 3 and 5, give away some fabulous prizes. We get WWE SmackDown tickets, Bad Religion tickets, tickets to go see Helmet, and tickets to go see Fragile Porcelain Mice. So Kyle just sent a message over, and Kyle writes, hey, guys and gal.
Hey.
Hey, I don't know if it's taboo in the radio business to talk about what's going on at KDHX, from the firing of longtime DJs to the mass resignations of those who are still around. It is a crazy, tumultuous time at that station. I wondered if you had any opinions/insights you were able to share as people in the radio business. I don't really know much about this story.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, it's a wild.
Enlighten me.
St. Louis radio station KDHX fires 10 more volunteer DJs.
You can fire volunteers? Yeah, I guess you can fire
guess you can.
volunteers.
This is from the Post-Dispatch community radio station KDHX, which for 35 years has prided itself on playing the kind of music otherwise not heard on the airwaves. Fired 10 of its DJs on Friday. Another 12 DJs will have to undergo, quote, mediated discussions to stay on the job. One show host resigned on the air Friday evening in protest, and another indicated in a Facebook post that he would soon follow suit. I don't really know much about that radio station.
KDHX?
Yeah.
I was just shocked how many folks work there.
It's a lot, but we're talking about probably a programming thing that's 2 hour shows.
Yeah, 1 or 2 hours,
Right.
And it's all volunteers.
Yep.
Yeah, I really don't know much what's going on over there. I know it's the program director left maybe last year and somebody took over. I don't know what's going on there. I really have no insight other than 10 volunteers were fired and 12 more are going to walk. Or 12 more have to undergo mediated discussions, whatever that means. What do they play? It's like whenever?
I think anything, right?
I truly don't know. What's the dial?
Let's hope the polka hour still
Isn't that
there.
88? Is that 88.1? Is it? I don't know.
Is that the one that back in the 90s had like
KDHX is they always have cool, they had a cool blues. They would have a guy he'd play old blues records.
88.1.
On Sunday. I used to love listening to that program. They just had Kind of alternative programming, like
Yeah. It sounded like a college station.
kind of, yeah. But it was like everybody kind of had their own thing going on.
And they
There
have
was-
that-
You could discover some cool music. That's not necessarily your mainstream radio play stuff over there.
And they have that venue over there by the Fox Theater where they bring in a lot of folks, too.
KDHX fires 10 more volunteer DJs as leaders try to assert control over station and turmoil. Yeah, I don't really know much about it. Yeah, sorry, Kyle. Wish I could, tell you more, but I don't really know much.
Yeah.
Trying to deal with this year.
Yeah, we got to
deal with this
we got
here.
a big enough machine here that we're...
Let's try to keep this going. What I do know is there was a video going around over the weekend of some angry golfer going full Hulk and ripping off his shirt on a golf course.
Trying to make golf cool.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. In case you didn't see it, so there's a video of this guy. This is in Michigan.
Wait, is this Golf Hogan?
Golf Hogan, yes.
Oh, I love this guy. He's
So
one of my favorites.
rips off his shirt and threatens other golfers. There was some kind of fight about him taking another player's ball. His name, the Hulkster, is John Reeb. And after the video went viral, he's been banned from the course.
Oh.
And shockingly,
What, are you
he's
both
got
play Titleist?
he's got a history of violence. Listen to this.
We got a Karen on the golf course right now.
You leave after I don't give you a damn thing.
I'm gonna take your clubs.
Take it. Then leave.
I'm not getting a fight at a golf course.
I'm gonna stand here and you can complain. Goodbye.
You took her ball.
Please don't speak to me.
We're coming over here.
You,
Took her ball.
Bro, you took her ball.
Dude,
I'm not going to fight you.
because I'll plant you, Walter. Now get off the cart.
Here comes the Hulk.
Walter.
Walter.
Oh, here we go.
You see that?
Oh.
That's what you look spin to heaven. Do you want to test God? You come get it.
He's mentally ill.
Oh.
Let's move along.
You think I'm mentally ill?
If you want to test God, you could come,
Come get it.
Wow.
That's a great
That's
line.
my slashing your ball.
I mean, honestly, pretty cool line.
Very cool
I'm
line.
not going to lie.
Golf Hogan, man. He's awesome.
Let me tell you something, brother.
He's mentally ill.
Oh.
Let's move along.
You think I'm mentally ill?
I know you.
Bend to heaven. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Well, I don't see an issue.
I also like the idea of how, there's all the screaming stuff and there are getaway cars that...
Yeah.
Little windy.
Okay. Here we go. See ya.
I'll take your clubs.
Done it.
Come get it.
Yep. All right. Today is September the 25th. Back in the day, 97 years ago, 1926, Henry Ford, thank you for establishing the 8-hour day, 5-day work week. 53 years ago, 1970, the Partridge Family debuts on ABC. 43 years ago, 1980, Led Zeppelin rehearsing at Jimmy Page's house in preparation for an American tour when drummer John Bonham found dead in his bed following an all-day drinking binge. Apparently, he did like 40 shots
Wow.
and then went to sleep. He was 32 years old. He passed out and choked on his own vomit. And later on, a couple months later, in December, Led Zeppelin would announce they were disbanding, saying they could no longer continue without John Bonham. 41 years ago, 1982, Silver Spoons premieres. 36 years ago, 1987, The Princess Bride was released. 26 years ago, 1997, sportscaster Marv Albert pleaded guilty to assault and battery for biting a woman in a hotel room. NBC fired him a couple hours later. 6 years ago, 2017, at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers played their last concert. Tom Petty died a week later. And 5 years ago today, in 2018, Bill Cosby sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison for sexual assault. He only served 3 years before his conviction was overturned in 2021 because prosecutors had violated his constitutional rights. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
Crap, brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com, 636-600-0188. Amid some dating rumors, Taylor Swift showed up at Arrowhead and watched Travis Kelce and the Chiefs take on the Bears. Swift was caught celebrating a Kelce touchdown alongside Travis's mom. Here is NFL on Fox broadcast team giving us a little play-by-play and commentary to Taylor's touchdown celebration.
Right. Let me see. Which one is that one?
The one that says Taylor's something or other touchdown.
Taylor's
celebration.
reaction to the Kelce touchdown?
I believe so.
I don't know who jumped higher after a Travis Kelce touchdown. If it was Taylor or Greg Olsen when he heard she was going to be at the stadium today.
Quite the day, right?
I think my favorite part of that shot, Taylor Swift is chest pumping for Travis Kelce's touchdown, and Mama Kelce's just standing next to her. She's like, honey, I've seen 71 of these. She gave like a light tap on the glass, and she wasn't overly excited about it.
Chiefs ended up winning 41-10 against the Bears. Aaron Andrews playfully asked Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes after the game about Taylor Swift's presence at the game in Kansas City, and he played along.
All right, here's Patty Mahomes.
Do you realize how much pressure there was on you today from the Swifties to get Travis Kelce a touchdown with Taylor in the house today?
Yeah, I heard she was in the house.
Did you feel the pressure, Patrick?
I thought a little bit of pressure, and so I knew I had to get it to Trav. And, of course, it's on a route that Travis, he does his own thing and just makes up a route, and I throw it to him. So I think he wanted to get in the end zone just as much as all the Swifties wanted him to.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Dude plays long, cool as a cucumber.
If they start losing, it's going to be Taylor's fault. You betcha. You betcha.
You think?
Yes.
Nah, she's no Yoko.
Yeah, I was going to say, Taylor Ono?
Oh, I'm sure. If God forbid, the Chiefs just take a nosedive, it's going to be Taylor's fault.
Well,
you know she's going to be.
Hey, man, don't put that out.
Get her out of here.
Don't put that juju out there, dude.
How that could be me saying that? I think that's silly.
I did tweet what I think the lyrics to her next album would be. After this, I'm like, this is going to be, Moon brought it up last week in our group thread. He's like, cue the football references in Taylor's next album. And I'm like, hearts break when they don't bend. Should have never fallen for a tight end. He's running routes through my mind every weekend. While he was catching passes, I was catching feelings. And I'm like, #1 hit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to write it for her. It's a #1 hit. And it's going to be called Killer Trav. That's going to be the name of the track. Just wait and see. But for now, let's enjoy the ride,
Yeah, listen, Taylor Swift, going to Chiefs games.
Wow.
Sitting in the box with Mom. All right.
I love it, dude.
Well, speaking of football, if you are hoping for the return of rock and roll to the Super Bowl halftime show, well, there's always next season. Because this season, we're getting Usher. He says, quote, it's an honor to have paid to be on. No, I'm just kidding. He says, it's an honor of a lifetime to finally check a Super Bowl performance off my bucket list. I can't wait to bring the world a show unlike anything else they've seen from me before. Thanks to the fans and everybody who made this opportunity happen. I'll see you real soon. But didn't we already know that this is a buy-on now?
Yeah, you have to pay them.
Yeah, you have to pay them. It's a buy-on.
Yeah, you have to pay the NFL to play the halftime. I would figure with Vegas, so it's in Vegas this year.
So this is
a
second halftime appearance, by the way. He was also with the Black Eyed Peas when they headlined in 2011.
But you figure Vegas, I'm sure it's not just going to be Usher. I'm sure it'll be more.
It's who will write the bigger check.
Show busy things there.
That same day, Usher is releasing Coming Home, his first new album since 2016.
Oh, well, it's an investment. I mean, when you play halftime, your sales rocket.
Yep, it's a promo buy-on. Good for him.
But who? I was talking to a buddy who was
Celine's out.
I was talking to a buddy who was complaining about it. I'm like, it's not for the dudes.
First of all,
it's not for the guys.
First of all,
yeah, but I think
Usher has a ton of singles that even the dudes will know.
Yeah.
You may not realize you know him, but you know him.
And he'll make it really fun.
That'll be successful. Who was last year? I don't even remember.
Last year was it Dr. Dre and Snoop?
Was that last year? I thought that was 2 years ago.
Was that the pregnant?
Oh, Rihanna.
Oh, yeah, Rihanna.
Rihanna was last year.
Where she didn't move.
It's not for, if you're looking for AC/DC and Metallica, it's never happening.
No, the game is supposed to be for you.
Halftime is not for you.
It's for everybody.
Halftime is for everybody who doesn't like football.
Yeah, not there for football.
Halftime is for everybody who doesn't like football.
Well, you know who loves
Who's
football?
just at the party, and that's the only time they're really caring about the game, is during halftime. That's it.
You know who loves football? Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
I don't know.
No, am I wrong? Am I wrong by saying that?
What?
Yeah,
no, you're
halftime.
For everybody else.
Halftime is not for the people who are at the Super Bowl party for the football, that's serious about football. The serious football people then, after sitting there for however long the first half takes, they go to the can, they load up their plate again with pizza and nachos, and then the people who don't care about football then take the spots on the couch to watch halftime for 30 minutes, and then they retreat back to the kitchen.
Got a
and the
living
football
room.
Fans.
He's got a living room full of hits, and they're going to medley them all together, and you're going to go, damn, I forgot that this guy has 25 number ones.
Yeah.
Michael Caine is confirming his retirement. The 90-year-old actor spoke out in an interview confirming that his upcoming film, The Great Escaper, may be his last. He says, "I'm bloody 90 now, and I can't walk properly and all that. I'm sort of retired now."
He's amazing.
So he used this walking stick while filming a true story of Bernard Jordan, a British World War II veteran who escaped his retirement home to attend the 70th anniversary of the D-Day commemorations in France. He said, "I was happy to do it. I just love the character. I thought he was incredible, and it's beautifully written. They gave me a very good walking stick, and I was able to do scenes that needed that. I just did them once, and then I fall over. But just one take, that's it. Forget it. I've had the best possible life I could have, the best possible wife, and the best possible family. They might not be the family that other people would say is the best possible family, but the best possible family for me," he added. So, Michael Caine, done.
Brandon says, well, Riz says that about halftime, but Tom Petty did it. How long ago? And they've moved away from that rock
Yeah, that's
stuff.
a different
It was
thing.
the Stones.
That's when they were inviting people, too, and not paying for it. Remember, I think they started on the pay-to-play with the Katy Perry one, maybe?
I don't know. But over the past couple of years, it's been leaning way pop.
Yeah. Because I don't know. Yeah, I think it's either because if you go rock and roll, you have to go super old person, or if you go pop, you can have the fairly younger person.
I'm going to assume they know how to read their analytics better than we do, and they're probably making the right choices.
Is Jay-Z still producing?
I'm sure.
Producing the halftime thing?
show?
Oh, that. I don't know.
I don't know.
I remember that being like a smooth over thing for some issues that were happening back then. I don't know if he's still working.
I don't know.
The Queen, Dolly Parton, covered the Four Non Blondes 1993 smash What's Up. It'll be on Dolly's upcoming album Rockstar, which is out November 17th. Dolly's version also has Four Non Blondes singer-songwriter Linda Perry. I think we have a clip here if you'd like to play it.
Yeah. Here we go.
It sounds like you think it sounds.
So Dolly Parton covering Four Non-Blondes.
Yep, with Linda
What's Up?
Perry.
Okay, here we go. Anytime now, Dolly.
All right, I pulled the right clip.
I think I got your number, Gloria.
What do you think, Rafe? Thoughts?
Sounded good.
Sounded great.
Yeah.
She can do no wrong. Alfonso Ribeiro. He got a concussion during a Little League game last week. At his son's game, he said, "I was standing off
he's
to the
playing
side,
now, huh?
and I'm putting somebody's number in my phone, and boom, ball to the back of the head, right in the back." He went down immediately, wasn't right for days. He said, "For 3 days, I was like, huh, what? My wife seems to think it's just me saying I don't want to do anything in the house, but that wasn't it. It was a good hit." So it actually knocked him pretty well.
Damn it, Will.
I thought he was still eligible to play Little League because he didn't play as a kid.
He's a walk-on. Justin Timberlake and Tiger Woods have opened a new sports bar in New York City. It's called T-Squared Social, and it's in the grand lobby of the Immigrant Savings Bank in Manhattan. 32-foot marble bar, lounge areas, reservation-only box seats. It also has golf simulators, duck pin bowling, and darts, plus 35 televisions.
What's duck pin bowling?
Is that the slider one? Or is that the little ball, like this big?
I have no idea.
I'm not sure. A 200-inch screen, supposedly the biggest in New York. Tiger says, "Justin and I thought it would be cool to create a place that combines our favorite things and brings people together to have a great time." Justin adds, "We knew a concept like T-Squared Social would thrive in New York. It's a beautiful space that transcends the typical sports bar experience."
What the hell's duck? I gotta look that up.
I don't know. You do that, I'm going to tell you about Dwayne Johnson, because he says the fame does not have any drawbacks because he remembers what life was before he was famous. He says, "I couldn't pay rent. I was struggling to figure out who I was. I was broke as F. I try my best to keep all of that in the forefront of my mind. I always say, I'm a day away from being evicted again, so it keeps me hungry."
Yeah, of course. Being filthy rich rules.
Yeah, he says anchors and perspective is always important. Humility and kindness matters. He points out that the greatest benefit is being able to impact people in a positive way around the world. Of course, because he's famous, he can't go out in public, but he says that's not a drawback because that's exactly what he signed up for.
Yeah, so, okay, given a choice, being rich and famous or not, yeah, I'm going to go with the rich and famous.
Yeah, but now you can't go to Dollar General.
Oh,
anymore.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. Duck pin bowling, by the way, the duck pins are shorter and kind of fatter in the middle.
Okay. And
Almost like a duck.
And it's got a miniature
Sounds
ball,
like
right?
chode bowling.
Chode bowling.
What?
The pins are shorter and fatter in the middle. I don't know.
So like almost like the way a duck's body is.
Okay. Smaller ball, though.
Smaller ball.
I think you're winging these like small balls.
Oh, I like that.
Kevin Bacon has owned farmland in Connecticut since 1983, and he wanted to expand his property and buy the neighboring plot. The guy kept turning him down because he kept telling him it was haunted. So he finally said, I can't sell it to you because it's haunted, and I'm afraid that you'll get possessed and, do serious damage. That was what the neighbor said to Kevin Bacon.
Oh.
Eventually, he was able to talk the owner into selling it, but only under the condition that he destroyed the old haunted house on the property. So he did. He was told that the house goes back to the 1700s and involved the murder of a Native American by a colonial soldier. The former owner even had Ghostbusters come for a visit. Of course, he destroyed it. Kira Sedgwick didn't want to take any chances, so she didn't let him keep anything from the house. They had it all completely destroyed. Nobody's seen any ghosts. It's all good. We'll put the house.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll put the house up on the blog.
But that's weird. He's a celebrity and have to burn someone's neighborhood down to move in next to it.
Just when you thought dating shows had figured out every premise and every single gimmick, Naked Attraction, a show where people choose a mate based on their naked bodies only. This is a British show, but now apparently it's coming to Max. Here's how it works. In each episode, one person has 6 potential dates to choose from. They're literally in these boxes. Those dates are completely naked and revealed one body part at a time. Their faces last.
Oh.
As body parts are revealed, the chooser is eliminating potential dates until only 2 remain. Then the chooser gets naked. They get naked themselves, and they offer their critiques. Once a match is made, a couple goes on a date with their clothes on.
Are they showing full nudity?
Dude. So it looks like the show shows full nudity, and it's going to be on Max. I couldn't find out if the show actually shows it, but when you see the trailer, it blurs it out. When you see the picture of the trailer, there's wang everywhere.
Oh, okay. So it's on Max.
Yeah.
They can show it.
People are going to watch this for sure. The only disclaimer before each episode says the following series contains full frontal nudity, coarse language, and graphic discussions about the human body. So I'm assuming it's showing everything.
So you have women and men competing.
Women and men. And
So they're
the picture was one gal naked like this, looking at 6 boxes with these dudes, and only their face was covered and just wang out.
Wang everywhere.
Yeah, Naked Attraction. Here's the trailer.
Okay.
In this dating show, we go back to basics
Are you ready?
and start where a good date often ends. Naked.
Wow. This is fantastic.
And could picking a partner based solely on their natural beauty
Be a grower.
help us find the one?
I've never met anybody like this before, and I didn't know where to look.
Who are you going to pick for your date?
This is the hardest decision of my life. Oh my God.
Naked Attraction.
Could be a grower.
And it's all listen, it's all hard bodies too. It's not like they're not
Whoa.
They're not taking anybody like me.
I'm glad they're not showing
Wow.
a face, though, like the least important part of the...
Everybody looks like 24-year-old models. It's pretty
That
ridiculous.
dude is so hairy. Oh, it's Riz.
Let's keep him. UltimateClassicRock.com put together a list of 20 fall themed songs to kick off the season. Now, I have them all in chronological order. So, can you think of any fall themed songs? We're talking about UltimateClassicRock.com, by the way.
Well,
California Dreamin'.
Yes, California Dreamin', thank you.
California Dreamin'. No.
Oh.
Not on the list.
September 21st.
September.
Is that the name of the song?
September from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Number 13, 1978. I don't have them in a ranked order. I have them in chronological order. I'll tell you, the first one is Leaves That Are Green from Simon and Garfunkel.
Okay.
I don't know that one.
1966. Autumn Almanac from the Kinks. 1967. 1969 is Led Zeppelin. Give me the song.
Ramble On.
Ramble On, number 3. Van Morrison, 1970. Moondance.
Moondance.
The Doors, 1970.
The Doors. I don't know.
It's a fall song, but it's called Indian Summer.
Okay.
Rod Stewart, 1971. Maggie May.
Okay.
Big Star from 1974. Okay,
Big Star?
September Girls is the name of the song. Aerosmith, 1974, has Seasons of Wither. Bonnie Raitt, Rainy Day Man. Bob Seger, number 10.
Bob Seger. What's his fall song?
Night Moves?
Night Moves, number 10.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac, number 11, 1976.
Fleetwood Mac.
It's got a color in it.
Yes.
Red.
And a Springs in it.
Red Springs.
Silver Springs.
Spring, yeah.
Justin Hayward is number 12, Forever Autumn. Earth, Wind, and Fire, September is 13. Neil Diamond, September Morn is number 14. U2, 1981.
U2.
1981.
1981.
It's the name of a month. October.
October.
How about Don Henley, 1984?
Don Henley, 1984.
American Pie.
Pick one song.
No, that's Don McLean.
Boys of Summer?
The Boys of Summer. Guns N' Roses, 91. Come on.
November Rain.
Yeah, November Rain. That's right. Neil Young, 1992.
Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon. The
Why
White.
would Boys of Summer be a fall song?
There's like 4 songs that have summer in the title. Which
Who knows?
I'm like,
Who knows?
Come on.
Although that riff is very
South.
It's much more autumn than it is.
Well, also
summer.
think about in the southern hemisphere, they're starting to turn into summer. So maybe they're getting ready
What
for
are
the
you?
summer.
Oh, okay.
The White Stripes, 2001. Dead Leaves and Dirty Ground. And number 20. I cannot believe
Monster Mash.
This wasn't your first guess.
That's
Green Day, 2004.
When September ends.
Yeah, wake me up when September ends.
Okay.
Come on.
Celebrities celebrating a birthday today.
I'll tear that list up right now.
Donald Glover / Childish Gambino is 40. The rapper T.I. is 43. Catherine Zeta-Jones is 54. And her husband, Michael Douglas, is 79 today. Will Smith is 55. Scottie Pippen, 58. Heather Locklear is 62. Star Wars legend Mark Hamill is 72. Potsy from Happy Days, Anson Williams, is 74. And supermodel Cheryl Tiegs is 76 today. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Tiffany Blake. And today's birthday girl has been in 50 fine films. And there's a theme here. Let's see if you can pick it up. She was in 2 Tons of Fun, Big Big Babes 38. She was in Big and Busty 3, The Bigger the Better, Cash for Chunkers 1, Large and in Charge 3, Massive MILFs 2, Mega Butt 33, Scale Bustin' Babes 38, Waist Watchers 5. You guys get the theme at all?
She's tall and blonde?
Yeah.
Yep. And who can forget her role in 2017's I Love Fat Girls 5?
Little on the nose.
Tiffany Blake is 44 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities.
Yeah, so this is the duck pin
bowling.
It's like real tiny lanes, tiny ball.
Stubby, short and stubby
Yeah.
pins.
That looks fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, you know what? There was a restaurant in Kansas City or in St. Louis years and years ago that had this, like where you would normally have like seating. They turned it into that, and it was freaking sweet.
They should put that in our green room here.
Well, there's also like candle pin bowling. Have you seen that? Those
I
are
don't
like the pins are skinny, like tall and skinny.
Oh yeah, they look like batons.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
That's candle pin bowling. Okay, so duck bowling is the short and stubby ones. Short and stubby pins. Looks
Duck
fun.
pin, yeah. Yeah, this is fun for like kids. You have in like the back of a restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Kind of loud when you're trying to eat though.
All right, speaking of games, after the break, we're going to play 3 and 5. It's Monday. Give away some fabulous prizes, including tickets for WWE SmackDown Friday night, October 6th over at Enterprise Center. We got tickets to go see Bad Religion Saturday night, October 14th over at the Factory. We got tickets to go see Helmet at Delmar Hall, October 11th. And we got tickets to go see Fragile Porcelain Mice and Sinister Dane Saturday night, October 14th over at Pops. 3 and 5, simple concept. Moon gives you a category. You name 3 things in that category within 5 seconds. 2 out of 3 categories right, you win. Your choice of prizes. No ums or ahs to start your answer. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. We'll play next. So every year we make our way out to Scott Air Force Base for a Military Appreciation Day broadcast, and we are doing that next Thursday. Next Thursday, October 5th, join us as we broadcast live from Scott Air Force Base. It's going to be us. It's going to be the Fast Lane doing a dual broadcast. Rafe, it's fun. We actually have fun with those guys.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a great time, man.
So next Thursday, October 5th, a special live military appreciation podcast taping starting at 12:30. For service members or families, anyone currently on the base, come on and join us. And that's brought to you by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Installation. For HVAC service, visit aircomfortservice.com, and by Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Yeah, we're usually busting balls down there.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. We do like an hour.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun meeting people, too. I know a few people that are already planning on coming out there. They were asking me just a few weeks ago, hey, you guys doing the Appreciation Day again? I said, yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Prepare for announcement.
Yeah, October 5th, 12:30. That's next. I can't believe next Thursday. Hey, do you know somebody who, well, do you guys get the Sunday scaries? Scott, do you get the Sunday scaries at like 4 o'clock?
Oh, in the afternoon?
On a Sunday, and you go, oh, man, work's coming up.
Yeah, I used to get a little bit more, but I've tried to get my mind excited where it's like, dude, you're going in to do your dream job. Just be excited. Yeah.
Sure.
It's no big deal.
Yeah, but still, the weekend's over. You
Yeah.
know, you got to set the alarm for 2:30 in the morning. You're like, man. And then now it's like you count into the time you got to go to bed, and then then you get 5 hours sleep. It's fine. Or now, do you have a buddy that never gets a Sunday scaries because they got a cushy job? Have you ever had a job, or somebody who's had a job that pays you to do virtually nothing?
No.
Virtually nothing.
I don't know anybody that has
Yeah, that sounds cool.
one of those.
I could try
I don't
it.
think. Do we know anybody?
Listen,
That kind of matches my resume. It'd be
Everyone
nice.
has heard somebody complain about being underpaid, but people online are talking about the cushiest jobs they've had, the ones that pay you for basically doing nothing. And most of the stories involve one of 4 types of jobs. Number one, jobs where you literally do nothing. Like, for example, somebody has a part-time gig at a university where they just wait around to see if anyone needs help conducting a Zoom call. And no one has asked for help in 18 months, and they still get paid.
Nice.
Number 2, there's the jobs where you do nothing most of the time, but you do have a responsibility. Somebody said they get paid $150,000 to do graphics for a video game studio, but there are long stretches of downtime where they're not needed. And in those times, they just don't do anything.
Wow. You know what I will say? I do know a couple guys on crews that get retainers, and if bands want to take some time off but keep them on retainer, they just hang out. Sometimes they'll...
Yeah, some guitar techs for big name, guitarists and big bands.
Yeah, a lot of crew guys that I know that are on retainers. Now, I say that, and I say that they're hanging out doing nothing, but these aren't the type of guys to do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So they do side hustles, maybe
they
they'll
do side
teach.
stuff. Or honestly, I know a couple great sound guys that are so good, and they're on these great retainers that they will go and they'll mix their buddies' bands, or they'll show up at venues and go, "Hey, man, I'll just work the show for you and save people money," just because like that, somebody helped them out,
something.
and and they want to stay fresh, they want to stay practiced. And they do it out of the kindness of their heart.
Just think, you're. I'm just saying, Slash from Guns N' Roses. Okay, you're Slash's guitar tech. Slash is, Guns N' Roses on tour now, but when they're off tour, Slash's guitar tech is Slash's guitar tech. So he's probably on retainer, and whenever Slash needs to do something, he'll say, "Hey, Moon, I got a gig. Meet me out here." So you're kind of on a whim, going whenever.
Yeah, you're on call.
You're on call. But when you're not doing anything, I guess you're not doing anything. You're still getting paid. Then there are the jobs where workers are supposed to do stuff, but they get away with doing nothing. And a lot of people talked about being overnight security guards, and they just end up watching a lot of Netflix. Someone else talked about, quote-unquote, babysitting automated vending machines at production facilities, but spending pretty much the whole day playing video games. And then some people talk about jobs that are so loose that they're able to stack them and then get paid like 2 or 3 times over for the same thing. Like, for example, one person said, "My friend was a bread shelving person. It got to be so easy, they grabbed a second route and a third. Each route was 40 hours, and you were supposed to check the stores 2 or 3 times a day. But they just didn't. They gave each shift manager a business card to call if bread needed to be restocked. So they worked about 18 hours a week and got paid for $120.
What?
Dang.
That ain't going to last long.
I had a friend that this was a job that was like crazy to me. I had a few friends that did it. They would go, this company had a software that was not legal in the United States, but you could use it in like South Korea and some of those countries, and it would predict horse race winners. They would get paid to go overseas to Thailand or to some of these exotic places.
Yeah.
And they would go, they couldn't bet their own money.
But
That was the only thing.
But they could collect the data?
They could use this program. They issued them computers. They would go to these off-track betting parlors, and they would bet this software all day. And it was like predictive. It would make money. And all they did was take the company's software and the company's money, and they go sat in off-track betting all day and just place bets. And then the money got wired, and they got paid a salary to go. And then at night, they just got to go party in Thailand. One guy came home with a wife.
A wife and 4 STDs.
I went to the Philippines. He's like, I got married. I had a great time. And they would they would be there. They'd have to come home because they didn't have, I don't know what the work visa situation was. But basically they were getting paid to go on vacation got paid very well because they were like, we're paying you well because we don't want you betting your own money. You're betting our money. You're being paid to work for our company. We're compensating you. If you got caught betting, you'd get fired.
Wow, what a job.
And they would run, it was some kind of software that, like, this type of gambling software was illegal in the United States, but it was not illegal in certain other countries. So they would.
Weird.
They seemed like they just sat around all day and they just opened up a computer and said, go bet these horses. They'd do their betting slips, and that was it. And then they just hang out.
But I'm sure if you got caught by the betting parlor using software to bet
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't
horse
illegal.
races overseas. Yeah, I know it's not illegal.
I don't know.
When you're betting at somebody's, you know,
it is illegal.
betting parlor.
You just
and
found a workaround.
I don't know what the ends. Well, it's only illegal if the law exists in the country saying it's not legal.
Yeah, but they can still backroom you.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
They can still take and beat the hell out of you.
I don't know what
It's still risks.
They worked in teams. I do know that. Like 2 people went in.
That doesn't sound.
And they had to go do the deposits because you have to collect the money and then go deposit it also.
It's all on the up and up.
It was a weird job, and I knew like 3 or 4 people who went and did this. Because like one person's like, "This is a great gig," and then they'd recruit another person. And
Yeah. I knew we
really weird.
When we were touring overseas, we would meet a lot of like international alcohol reps and alcohol salespeople. When they hit like a certain point on these international things, it seemed like those guys weren't doing nothing, guys and gals. We would always see them in these clubs and these bars and these after parties and stuff. And we're like, "Hey, what do you guys do?" Like, "Oh, we sell something vodka." And I go, "Cool, what do you do all day?" And they go, "Oh, we don't do anything all day. We just party and hang out. And then we go to the bars at the end and we give them free stuff and make some deal that's already been done. They just represent the place and party."
Yeah.
What?
Dude, and the company already has people there that are in charge of driving the gear over. They do all that stuff.
Yeah.
They just go in there.
Dude,
So what do they do?
I don't
Nothing.
know.
We
They
don't
would just
know.
party. We met those types of folks all the time. We thought it was like a one-off. I still remember the club in Germany where we first met them. And I was like, wow, that's a crazy gig, that whole group back there. And then it seemed like every other major city we'd go into, some sort of bar, we'd look over, and there was a party. You could kind of tell because they were like partiers, but really nicely dressed.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think
you
it might have been.
go, that's got to be an alcohol sales group again. Let's go talk to them. You go talk to them. Sure enough, you find out they work for some random-ass vodka that's based in Finland or something, and they come over and they just party.
There was a group that used to, in the States too, that they had their own tour bus. And it was one of the energy drinks that was paying for it, and they did absolutely nothing except hang out.
Oh, you talking about the Rockstar guys?
Maybe. No, it wasn't.
They
I
just
can't
drive
remember.
around, giving away free samples, and that's it, going to concerts.
Bang.
Yeah. Marketing heads.
Ah.
It's pretty cool, though.
College degrees for that.
Yeah. All right, let's give away some stuff. All right, we are playing 3 and 5 as we do every Monday. So here's the deal. Moon's going to give you a category. You name 3 things in that category within 5 seconds. 2 out of 3 categories right, you win your choice of prizes. WWE SmackDown tickets, Bad Religion tickets, helmet tickets, or tickets to go see Fragile Porcelain Mice and Sinister Dane. All right, let's practice. And our phone number, 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Remember, no ums or ahs to start your answer. Rafe?
Yes.
Let's practice.
Let's practice.
Name 3 types of bowling.
Pinup, cosmic, chode.
I will accept chode
Are you
bowling.
serious? That's not
Thank
official?
you. Thank you. It turns out it is. We got an email said somebody Googled it. And I
Chode
don't
bowling,
Google
yes,
it.
it
It
is
is
a
a
thing.
thing.
What's
so.
pinup? I mean, I know there's a pinup bowl here, but is that a type of bowling?
I think it's called pin bowling.
Oh, pin. Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, I thought the pinup bowling was the kind we were talking about.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it is. That's what I'm asking. It seems like there's 100 different types of bowling and we never knew about.
Oh, man, I don't know. I'm
Candlestick,
away.
duck pin.
Can't read. I want those Guns N' Roses
I'm
tickets.
reneging. Yeah, you could get as many Guns N' Roses tickets as you want.
Yeah.
Scott, do one. Okay.
You ready?
All right. Yes, I'm ready.
Name 3 members of Guns N' Roses.
Axl Rose, Rose Axl, and the Slammy, and then there's also Snake Guy.
Slammy.
Snake Guy and Slammy. And Rose Axl.
Slammy was the original bass guy.
No tickets
Rose,
for you.
Axl.
Darn it.
Josh
Guns
in
N'
Pacific. Good
Roses.
morning, Josh.
Good morning.
All right, Josh, let's play 3 and 5. Here we go.
Name 3 movies about kids.
Baby Day Out. I don't know.
Baby's Day Out.
Hey, man, that's one. That's a good. I think that's a great guess.
That's the first one you thought of.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you think of?
There's literally
Goonies.
a movie called Kids.
Yeah.
He thought
About
of Baby's
kids.
Day Out.
I
I
thought
thought
Home Alone.
Goonies first.
Home Alone was the first one I thought of.
All right, next.
Name 3 things you see in a basement.
Ladder, hammer, screwdriver.
No. Sex dungeon also acceptable.
Ladder, hammer, screwdriver.
I guess that's where he keeps his tools. All right, one final one, Josh. Here we go.
Name 3 country songs.
Killing it. Yeah. Not one. Not one.
Got
Jake, Collinsville, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Jake, here we go, 3 and 5.
Name 3 cities that start with the letter S.
Sacramento, San Antonio, Scranton.
Oh, yeah.
St. Louis also counts.
Okay, next.
Name 3 movies in theaters right now.
Barbie, Oppenheimer, Blue Beetle.
Got it.
Are Barbie and
Got
Oppenheimer
it.
still?
I'm
Are they
sure.
still in there?
I'm sure you could find a theater playing. And remember we tried to go last week?
No.
And it's all like one, it's playing like one time at a
Last
theater.
week was not right now, man.
I'm giving it to you. Congratulations, Jake. You win. He got it.
Good.
Brian, hello.
Howdy.
All right, Brian, here we go. 3 and 5.
Okay, name 3 human blood types.
A, B, and D.
A, B, and D? Is there a type D?
No, that's batteries, bro. Sorry.
That's
I
okay.
don't know, listen, I'm not a doctor. A, B, and D. Okay, next.
Name 3
Wrong.
video game consoles.
Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Final one. Here we go.
Name 3 things you see in Alaska.
Snow, mountains, and birds.
All right.
Birds.
Okay.
I like it.
Tyler, good morning, Tyler.
Good morning, guys. Happy
Hey, man.
birthday, Riz.
Thanks, buddy. Let's play.
Name 3 animals at Grant's farm.
Donkey, horse, llama.
Yep. Okay, next.
Name 3 airlines.
Delta, American Airlines, and Southwest.
Boom. Winner. Next. Justin, hello.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going?
It
So
goes
far,
okay.
so good. Here we go.
Name 3 famous women singers.
Rihanna, Dolly Parton, Rosa Parks? No, nope. Sorry.
Rosa
I don't know why I
Parks.
thought Rosa
Did
Parks.
Rosa Parks sing?
He went, Rosa Parks?
I gave an extra second or two there, too. All right.
I know. I don't know.
I
What
don't know if Rosa Parks sang or not.
What? Name
That's not what she was famous for. But
Name 3 TV shows from before the 1980s.
Nope.
not a great showing from Justin today.
Well, he only missed one.
And this one.
Oh, you're right.
Famous
Yeah,
singers.
I forgot. Rosa Parks?
And TV shows.
I thought he was
going to
get that one because you gave him 4 extra seconds.
All right, one final contestant. Let's go to Austin. Hello, Austin.
Good morning. Happy birthday, Riz.
Thanks, buddy. Austin, here we go. 3 and 5.
Name 3 countries in Africa.
Egypt.
Oh, it's over. Just save it.
Egypt.
Yeah.
Come on, let's rebound.
Name 3 celebrities that are dead.
Paul Walker. Keith Ledger.
Killing it.
Keith Legend.
Yeah, he's Ledger. Keith Legend. I could have looked that one up. Well, maybe
All right, we got to do one more. One more.
All right.
Eric, hello. Come on, let's start. Let's end with a winner. Okay, here we go.
Name 3 horrible movies.
Austin Powers, the sequel, and Titanic.
Out of time.
Out of time, but I like what you're going there. All right, next.
Name 3 metal bands.
Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Metallica.
I mean,
I mean, if you're asking my mom.
Rafe, I'm gonna let you give the call on that one. Metal bands. I mean, I've never heard of anybody calling Nirvana a metal band.
Don't call me daughter. Don't call me metal. Not fit to.
What were the three?
Nirvana,
Better
Pearl
than
Jam.
Rosa Parks.
Yeah, you got that wrong.
Rosa Parks. That don't mean nothing.
I'm going to go no.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
Eric.
Oh, I would have given it to him.
I wouldn't have.
Just to hear another one.
No, we're done with this today.
Done?
Should we go to Pablo?
Go to Pablo. Pablo, honey.
All right, Pablo, this is it. The absolute end.
All right.
All right.
Name
I
three.
won't lay down.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Name three clear drinks.
Vodka, water, soda, right?
Oh, what?
No, that's definitely not clear.
Oh.
That's right. I got that in there, right?
Did he say? He didn't say Sprite. He said the S word, though.
He didn't say Sprite until after the buzzer.
Come on, Pablo.
Disastrous.
He said,
He said
here's
vodka,
an argument I'm going to make in your favor.
water.
He
vodka
did say
water.
soda. And soda water.
It was after the buzzer.
That was after the buzzer.
Well, he said Sprite after the buzzer, but he said soda before the buzzer.
Oh,
He said vodka,
man.
water, soda, Sprite after the buzzer.
So you gotta give it to him?
technically, club soda, if he's saying club soda,
that's what
is
I meant.
clear.
Yeah.
So give it to him.
I'm going to give it to him. Technicality.
Way
Thank
over
you,
the
Ray.
line, but okay.
You got it. You got in there on a technicality.
Next.
Name three famous people named Tom.
Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, Tom Brady.
Yeah, okay. Okay. That's it. Those are the biggest Toms of them all.
Yeah, okay.
Cruz, Hanks, Brady.
Yeah, Cruz, Hanks, Brady.
Oh, the old,
Is there a bigger Tom?
the old trifecta.
Petty.
Oh, boy.
R.I.P.
Jones.
Tom Jones is not as big as those.
Oh, he's pretty big.
He's big, yeah. Well, yes. Ask Elvira.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sure we'll go over this later, but Riz Show Fastlane Pick'em Challenge. Yeah. I think the bad guys are winning so far, but there's 2 games left.
Yep.
We got another two for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Another
plays
double.
tonight?
It's
Eagles.
the Rams.
Rams and Bengals.
Rams, Bengals.
Eagles and whoever
Buccaneers.
loses that game.
Well, both teams are 2-0.
Huh.
So it's Eagles, Buccaneers, it's Rams, and Bengals.
Bengals at home, Buccaneers at home.
Somebody did not do great on our team. Somebody did not do great.
You're looking at me.
I'm looking at you, Rafe.
I didn't do good?
Listen, I got the scoreboard over here. Let's see.
No, you did okay, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, I haven't looked. I usually stay on it, and I was out of town. I will say I had a couple. Thanks a lot, Saints, for blowing a 17-point lead. I turned that game off, thinking like, well, that's a lock. I had the Saints on that. 18 unanswered points later.
The one who is not here.
Rafe, you are clear, man. You are directly in the middle.
You're clear.
Nice.
Middle of the
place.
pack.
Third
Aim
place.
for the middle.
That's where we're
Aim
going.
That's
for
it.
the middle.
Honestly,
That's it.
that's a good spot to be.
Yeah, you had a 9 correct so far.
Rafe has 9.
Jeez,
Okay.
crushed it.
Doing good.
King Scott,
Scott, ooh,
Not a good
not
week.
having a great week.
No, it was terrible.
7.
7
Yeah.
correct. 7 out of 14.
I guess
That
so.
seems like half.
I think there were 16 games altogether. 16
man.
games altogether. 14 played already.
Yeah.
So you got 7 of 14. Not great.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
He's a glasses half full type guy.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
Pick it up. You can still get 9. You can still
Moon,
get 9.
Yeah.
I have 9.
9. Okay, safe. You're champion of this week.
Riz, that's why
Yeah.
I'm talking about it. We wouldn't be talking about it if you
What do you
hadn't
got?
won it. He has 10.
10. And RJ Lern, who's not feeling well. Can we chalk this up to
No.
I'm sick and I didn't and I've
She a
and
couple
my
people
picks are not great.
A couple people in the chat were like, "What is going on? Who did she pick?"
She picked the Browns over the Bills. Was it the Browns over the Bills?
No,
Who did the Bills play?
somebody that they smashed, or should have smashed. Shoot, who was it?
Who did the Bills play this weekend?
They were giving her all sorts of trouble about that one. That was a strange pick. Weird pick, man.
Yeah, I
But
mean, if
that's
she
okay.
nails it.
She hasn't lost every one. Only
But there were, you know what, though?
they
man?
played the Commanders. I'm sorry. They
Commanders.
beat the
That's right, yeah.
Commanders
She
37
picked
to 3.
Washington.
And here's the deal. They've been playing. She's wrong. But the Commanders got Eric Bieniemy. They've been playing pretty
It was
well.
their first loss of the season.
And, dude, if I've learned anything in the first 3 weeks of this Pick'em Challenge, is it any given Sunday is a real thing.
Yeah.
Arizona beat the pants off of Dallas yesterday.
Yeah,
Nobody picked that game.
Nobody picked the Cardinals.
Nobody thought they had a snowball's chance in that game. After
Yeah,
the
maybe
way
she had a
Dallas
gut
came
feeling.
in.
I'm not going to crap on her for picking that.
And
I saw a bunch of people.
If that hits on a week,
she's a genius.
That could be the difference between us winning and losing. She took a chance.
Yeah, that's right.
Changing your tone all of a sudden here, man.
No, because Rafe brings. I'm allowed. I'm allowed.
Yeah, this morning you were bummed. You were like, "We are losing again. We can't lose this."
Well, I'm allowed because Rafe brings up a great point. Nobody picked the Cardinals to win.
Yeah, but nobody picked the Cardinals to win, and nobody picked the Commanders either.
She would have been a genius.
She would have picked the Cardinals.
And the Commanders. And if the Commanders won,
there were a couple games that I'm like, oh, these should be locks. And they're just not.
Listen,
like the parity in the NFL is really good.
This is a hard,
out of the 14 games played, Lern only got 6 correct. So she is sitting in the cellar.
Listen, I can't defend them all.
And by the way, Marsh on their team, who's typically really good, only has 1 more than Lern does. So it's not like, she's not letting us down. We're all letting us down.
She has 6 right, though?
In random ways.
6 right.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, again, there's 2 games tonight. So we could possibly make up some ground.
So she could
each
end
team
up beating me then.
Yeah, each team only has 1 person in double digits. Jamie Rivers, I don't know what he's doing, how he's cheating, but he has 11 already because that guy is killing this game.
Yeah.
He might be top of the leader. He might be top 10 for the whole.
I'm only like 2 behind him.
Well, it seems like he always picks
in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, you
He's
didn't
the one
win
who would
last
pick the
week.
Cardinals.
I feel like he's won every week for them.
Yeah, he has. I think
He's been their top performer.
He is kicking butt, dude. That guy.
I think you've been ours. I think you've been at the top of the leaderboard every week.
Probably.
Right. No, I was last week.
I'll tell you right now.
I don't think you finished lower than 2nd. And I think you've had double digits every week.
I'll tell you right now.
I'll tell you.
I've done really
right
good.
now
I went
going on
from
there.
first.
Jamie
to
Rivers
dead
has
last.
33. Riz has 30. I have 29. Carey has 29. Stalter 28. Thompson 27. King Scott 27. Rafe 27. Lern 26. Marsh 26. So Lern is tied with Marsh, and Marsh
he crushed
killed it last year, didn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
This has been a weird season so far.
Yeah. Last the first week, Lern won from our team. The second week, I won from our team, and the third week, Riz.
Yeah,
won.
so I'm consistently awesome. I don't have to be top awesome guy, but I'm just right there in the mix. I'm in the mix.
Yeah, Riz was second in week 2, and Riz was second in week 1.
All right, well, listen. We got 2 games to go.
You're keeping us in the competition. The rest of us are kind of scattered.
Tony's like, speak for yourself, losers. I had the Cardinals on an upset all day long.
Yeah, he's got us.
All right,
We
okay.
are losers. We are losing right now.
So far.
There's
so we're down by 2.
Plenty of season left.
Thank
though.
you for emailing us that completely unprovable thing.
I loved it.
Also, over the weekend, and we are totally taking credit for this, Taco John's announced they're probably expanding into the St. Louis area.
Correct.
There was an article on KSTK's website about,
You're welcome, St. Louis.
they're opening up a whole bunch of new Taco John's locations, including in the St. Louis area by 2024, 2025. So we are taking full responsibility for that.
Fighting Johnnies. Unite.
And of course, there are the naysayers.
Of course.
A couple people on Twitter going, Taco John sucks.
Yeah.
And even in our own house. Even in our own house. Because we just received word that Courtney, 2 doors down, is talking trash on Taco John's. Went on her morning show and said, Taco John's is garbage.
I texted Tim Convey and I was like, hey, man, I'm getting some scuttlebutt down here that you're talking trash on Taco John's. Don't make me come down there. I saw him in the break room. I almost swung on him.
It would have been warranted, too.
Luckily, we're friends, and I'm willing to,
Well, I'm just saying, when Courtney is talking trash on Taco John's, we get an email from Teresa. She says, my husband and I are currently on vacation. We left St. Louis on Friday, the 22nd, heading for Minnesota and then Wisconsin. We heard the news about Taco John's coming to St. Louis while traveling, and on Saturday, found our first Taco John's and stopped for lunch. Thank you, Rafe, for your knowledge of this amazing place. We got the potato olays and a quesadilla and a couple tacos. You are a true hero for turning us on this amazing place.
She's right.
We can't wait for our St. Louis location to finally be here. And that's from Teresa.
Teresa.
Nice.
God bless. Taco John Connor would be proud to hear that email. We may have prevented that future, you know.
Forward that along to Courtney. See what she's got to say about that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
All right, let's do sex time fun facts. Sponsored by
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
Hey, by the way, is Rennie Knott coming by? Rennie Knott from Channel 5?
I think so.
I believe so. 9 o'clock. Rennie's supposed to be here.
What a nice dude.
Great guy. He's been on the show before. He's doing
he dresses up.
He's doing an expose on you.
He's doing an expose on
On Rafe Williams.
He is doing a full Ronan Farrow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Rennie's coming by. He's doing a little article about my special coming out Wednesday and my weekend at the Funny Bone and just, you know, joining the Riz Show.
Yeah. I love that guy.
It's been a whirlwind year for old Rafe.
Yeah.
Been a lot going on.
Yep.
So he's such a cool dude, too, man. Like, he's a fun guy, man.
Real fun guy, huh?
He's a fun guy.
Fun guy.
He's a St. Louis treasure.
Oh, absolutely.
Rennie Knott is a St. Louis treasure.
Absolutely.
And a great dresser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very snazzy dresser. All right, gentlemen, have you been taking care of your lady? Have you been taking care of your lady?
Of course.
Well, there's a TikToker whose name is Mr. Daddy 63.
Oh, he probably, yeah.
Mr. Daddy 63. He shared his 5 things that women should not be doing. 5 things that women should not be doing. This is the stuff that you should be doing for your lady.
Oh.
So here is Mr. Daddy 63 talking about what the lady should not be doing.
In this dating show, we go back to basics.
Okay.
Oh, that was the naked one.
The naked one, yep. Okay. I'm sorry, it's this one.
I don't care how low the gas get. She will not be pumping no gas. Not today. 2, take that whip to the car wash. It take all of 5 minutes now with these new machines they got. And you get the vacuum clean for free. 3, don't care how modern that car is. Get up under that hood. Check them fluids. If that car need to go to the shop, don't let your lady take her car to the shop. Man loves to see a woman coming when they bringing their car to the shop. And if you ain't got no man, let your brother take it. 4, try to open the door for that lady and let her get in the car. Number 5, a woman should not go a day without knowing that you love her. If you ain't got no one to love you, love yourself. Just go buy a card. But be careful. When you give a woman a card, they turn it over to the back and they gonna see how much you paid for that card. So quit being cheap and then just leave it in the car with a little teddy bear or something. She should always know you love her.
I was going to wonder how he was going to get that last one back to the car
Back to the
because
car,
he is
yeah.
obsessed with cars.
I was like,
This man lives in his car.
Yeah, and even card
sounds like
just added a D to car.
But the car is going to go in the car.
Duh.
He just sounds very progressive. His wife
I think
drives.
this guy loves cars.
He loves his lady. This man loves his lady.
You know what? And I actually, most of those, I think those are great.
I like this positive message.
I think so too.
Yes, all car related.
And I will say that anytime I'm driving my wife's car, typically I try to fill it up with gas, mostly because it never has it in it.
I know. Every time I've gotten my wife's car.
You don't have to try. It's a necessity.
Yeah, I have to.
You should wash her car. You should fill her gas tank. You should check the fluids. And when you're together, you should always open the car door for her.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the overriding theme, according to Mr. Daddy 63, is that your lady should always know you love her each and every day.
In the car.
In the car.
Nice
Are there any?
It's very important.
Are there any jobs at your house that are men jobs?
Yeah, I mean anything
sanitation related.
Anything dirty, anything in the garage.
Yeah, plumbing, trash. Usually the trash can. She does it though.
Yeah, I'd say trash, landscaping.
But outside, yeah.
Yeah, trash, outside, garage, basement. Certainly my stuff.
It's your domain.
Well, yeah.
You bring the trash out to the curb?
Yes.
Or on 100% of the time?
100% of the time.
Because my wife said that's the man's job.
Unless it's 4 a.m. and I'm sitting in the office and I went, oh no.
Yeah.
And then I send a text and hope that she gets it.
Yeah, that's I'm in the same ball game.
Like, you could bring the trash out too. Nope, that's the man's job. Okay, I'm not going to argue. All right.
Interesting. We're pretty EEO. The only difference, I take the trash to the curb because if she does it, it's halfway.
I mean, halfway.
I'll come home and the trash will be on the porch. And I'll be like, why is there 2 bags of trash on the porch? She's like, oh, I was cleaning and I put them out there and I was going to take them out. And now they got
I was
raccoon
halfway
holes
there.
chewed
I
in
saw
them.
something shiny and I forgot.
Yeah. There's a lot of it'll be slumped over on the front porch with raccoon holes in the bottom. But when I take it out, I walk it all the way out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's free exercise, you know?
Did we really need a new dating term for this? So you've heard of ghosting somebody where you disappear and stop responding to texts. But the Huffington Post just did a big article on something called anti-ghosting. So what is anti-ghosting? Literally just breaking it off with somebody the normal way.
I thought it was stalking.
That's what I thought.
Stalking is anti-ghosting. We're like, it's haunting.
So ghosting is just disappearing. Anti-ghosting would be, oh no, I'm here all the time. I'm here all the time.
I ain't going anywhere. That's haunting.
Clean.
I think.
Yeah.
Rattle some chains.
Oh yeah. When you think I'm not here,
you're not getting rid of
I'm
me.
Here. You're not getting rid of me. Ever.
I'm the cable guy.
I just got a job at your workplace.
So anti-ghosting is literally just breaking it off with somebody the normal way. Quote, it means having the maturity to be upfront about your feelings as opposed to vanishing in like a ghost-like fashion. I don't know. Why did we need a new term? It's called breaking up.
Need a new term for everything, man.
Yeah.
Here's an example Huffington Post gives. You might text the person and say, hey, thanks for meeting up last night. You seem chill, but we're looking for different things. Or you could say, last night was fun. I just think we have more of a friend vibe.
It's called normaling.
Wow.
Ghosting is so common now, I guess it needs its own term that means the opposite.
So is ghosting the standard?
So I guess it's shocking whenever.
But here's the thing. So but if saying I got anti-ghosted, if that seems weird to you, here's an alternate term you might find useful. Ready?
Oh yeah.
I got dumped. How about that?
Dumped.
I got dumped.
How do you spell that?
There's times that I'm like, I don't know that things are different other than I think that because of the technology and how easy it is to constantly be
accessible,
that ghosting is just what it used to be. Like I've just plenty of times pre-cell phones that I just like went out on a date and never heard from a person again. Or they just like, you didn't go out again. Like, no, there was no conversation. It was just like, hey, we went out, weren't vibing.
Didn't work.
Didn't work out. We went out on a date.
I waited a week. They never called.
They never called.
It.
Life goes on.
That's
but now
it.
it's like you're entitled to these responses. I wonder. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
No, that's right, though.
Entitled to responses.
Wow.
That's right, though. We are able
Friendship's different. I see you trying to position. I see you trying to position this into you being right.
I am right.
For not responding to a text, and it's not.
Think about this. It's hard to be off the grid. It's hard. It's hard.
So ridiculous.
It's hard not to be in contact with everybody.
Nice try.
What do you mean, nice try?
I can see the gears turning in
There
your
are
head.
no gears. Everybody's somehow entitled
It was
to
a
like
bright
interrupt
light.
my day, and if I don't respond by a certain amount of minutes, I'm a D. Get out of here. You crazy.
But I'm right, though, by saying it's hard to not be accessible.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. You know, with the cell phones and the social medias and stuff like that.
You got to set boundaries, man. You got to set boundaries and set rules for yourself, and you got to like apply them, adhere to them. Yeah. And it does. I mean,
I do wish it was.
Sometimes that is like the simple trick to a healthier life.
I do wish it was the case for me, where it's hard to not pay attention to your phone and stuff. Because yesterday, my wife was texting, calling, all this stuff, and I was helping a buddy paint his house, and she was worried about me because I hadn't moved from the same location for a long time. And she's like, is he dead? He hasn't called me or anything in a while.
He fell off a ladder.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking at my phone. Just having a nice time.
Thank
you
God
know?
you're okay.
Well,
Yeah, my
I dig a little pain in my
mother-in-law, she'll try to call my wife, and if my wife doesn't pick up the phone, she automatically assumes she's dead in a ditch.
Yeah, see, I mean, I'm not only saying that it's not healthy for the people that are constantly feeling like they have to be on call. It's not healthy for us that like think that, oh my God, if I don't get a hold of somebody, something must be wrong, or they're upset with me, or I mean, all of that stuff. Let's just pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
When you were in the dating pool, and it's been a long time for me, were there any dating requirements you had? Your potential girlfriend needed to do
Standards.
or be. Were there any requirements? It's not even standards. Were there any requirements?
yeah.
So listen, some people on the dating scene are looking for somebody attractive. Others are looking for somebody smart or funny or shares a major interest.
Aren't you looking for all those things?
And others will only date good spellers. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, that's.
I'll say this.
They're not looking for pretty ones.
This is kind of a rule in general for me. If you are of a certain age, and I mean like over 20, and you still say escape with an X in it,
You're out.
I'm not sure I want to know
You're out.
you, because you have continued to see this word, use this word, hear this word, and see that it does not contain an X. Yet you would like to create your own reality and force it upon the rest of the planet and put an X in escape. And it does not exist, and I don't think I can trust you.
it's like
No.
spelling ridiculous with an E.
I'm not going to date somebody that says escape. That's probably my first rule.
Did you have any weird dating requirements?
I don't think so.
I don't think I did
It's
either.
pretty open door policy.
Yeah, I just didn't want him to be.
You willing?
Yeah, that was for me. Like, are you alive?
Are you breathing? All right.
Yeah, are you alive?
I mean, there might have
Okay.
been like
Good start.
characteristics I favored.
Yeah, if they had one slightly disfigurement or anything that wasn't attractive, I was like, out. You know, I couldn't put up with it. It had to be
You were
very
Seinfeld?
pretty.
Yeah.
I didn't really care. I never like.
That's my standard.
I didn't really care. I mean, yeah, there was no really disqualifiers.
Well, somebody on social media recently started a topic about the weirdest dating requirements you have, and it went viral. So here are some of the highlights. Like, they have to like frogs, at least a little. They have to snore, because snoring is so cute. They can't have a gym pick or dog, because I don't want to get up on a weekend morning with a hangover and need to do stuff. Okay.
Okay.
These are weird dating requirements for people. Not having the same name as a close family member, like a mom, dad, or sibling. Or a kid, I guess, if you're a single parent. They can't eat the last pickle and put the empty jar back in the fridge.
That's a.
How would you know that before dating someone?
You wouldn't.
How would you ever know that?
You'd have to be over at their place, and then you see that, and then you just sneak out.
Which is not a bad idea.
I see there's empty pickle jar in the fridge.
Oh, that's not pickle juice in there.
Before we go any further, let me paint a scenario for you. You've eaten the last pickle.
I'm like, I would just walk away.
Yeah.
If that was a dating question, I'm out.
No flip-flops on dudes.
No, that's not a bad policy.
No backward hat-wearing guys or girls. Somebody says, my rule is I pay for myself every step of the way until we decide to become a couple. Then we could split the bills, or whatever we choose.
That's a nice lady.
No fishing pics on your profile. I love fishing. But if one of your main photos shows you holding a fish, then you're super basic to me.
Well, these feel like more like disqualifiers
Yeah.
than qualifiers.
If you have fun,
super basic.
Not in my world.
They have to be able to cook, even if it's just quick and easy meals. It's okay to be lazy and order takeout, but for every meal, huge red flag. No picky eaters. You don't have to be a foodie, but I like to cook.
You know what? I can see that. I can see that for some people being a big no.
Picky eater?
Yeah, no, I don't even mean like a turn off. I mean like a just like a
Adventurous.
like.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, I was
it'd be
approaching
very
this
boring.
the wrong way.
Can you imagine?
I was looking for qualifiers. These are disqualifiers.
Well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
qualifiers,
I
too.
had some of those.
Can you imagine if you're like a really good cook and you love doing that, and you meet somebody that says I'm a picky eater? You literally just met somebody.
Yeah, I only eat grilled cheese and chicken nuggets.
That intentionally does not like all that you like.
Yeah, and that also kind of just says I'm not willing to do anything new and have a fun existence.
Well,
on this
if
planet.
if you're a traveler, a homebody's not going to do it for you.
Man, you need to have Yeah, I think picky eater equals I don't do anything.
You know, the weird thing is when you're talking about this, like, you almost feel a little bit uncomfortable talking about this kind of stuff because the pendulum has swung so far in one direction right now that it's kind of weird to talk about turnoffs because people get so offended by it.
Oh.
You know, talking about, like, just any of this kind of stuff.
You have to be into everything?
Yeah, like having any sort of personal standards or any of that kind of stuff, it's almost like that's a bad thing in a weird way. It shouldn't be.
I think people think it's a bad thing. It's right.
That's what I'm saying.
They like, they'll say it's a bad thing.
But that's what I'm saying.
But not even mean it.
Well, so like if somebody's interviewed this on the, asked this on the street, I bet you a lot of them are kind of apprehensive about telling the actual truth. Like, hey, I won't date anybody that's over 6 foot, or I won't date anybody with kids. Or a lot of that stuff like.
Okay, here's an example. I won't date a picky eater. But what if they have an eating disorder? What? Come on.
Well, then.
How'd we get there?
Good God.
Well, we try this again in a few months when they get help.
Nothing in there about like religious differences or that kind of stuff?
Not the important stuff.
All right, you can't. Oh, yeah, the important stuff here. You can't use the phrase "work hard, play hard." You're out.
That is.
Because heaven forbid you possibly make a lot of money and really enjoy your weekends.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, the more I thought about it, if somebody was rude, because I went out on a date with a girl where she was very rude to our waiter, I was out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's a reflection of how
What's
you treat
inside you.
Well, of who you are.
Speaking of eating, I have one friend who I've always thought, man, how has anybody ever dated you? Because of the way he chews. It's
I tell you what, table manners.
It's like chewing and smacking, and Scott knows what I'm talking about.
I got a friend like that, too. I got a friend I watched him eat a sandwich, and I was like, who raised you?
Yeah, dude. And every time I always thought,
he
like,
ate through the middle, dude. Like, he ate down the side where the sandwich just goes. I'm like, what are you... Who taught you how to eat?
Every time we'd be together, I was like, I'm good thing I'm not dating you.
Man.
Like, if you're holding a regular sandwich, I watched my friend chomp through it like a cartoon.
Weird.
And, like, the sides of the sandwich on each side was, like, grazing his cheeks. And then he had 2 handfuls of sandwich on each side. And I go, dude.
That's 3 sandwiches.
What is wrong? Who eats a sandwich straight through the middle
What a
like
nightmare.
He
probably
like a table saw?
He probably wipes back to front.
Oh,
Probably.
Man.
Also a turnoff.
All right, these are the things, the weirdest dating requirements that people have. No politics. Now, it's good to care. It's good to have opinions, and it's good to vote. But if your political party is a part of your identity, that's a hard no. No obsession with cryptocurrency. No vanity license plates.
Aww.
No vanity license plates. Imagine having that rule.
And there's always the no cat people crowd, but one person said no horse people.
Well, I wonder what happened with the vanity plate guy. Like, who did he know growing up that was like, oh, vanity plates, associating it with this guy's personality or this gal's personality, and that's a turn
Well,
off
it's probably
forever?
he dated a girl whose dad was type A, but he owned a business, and so everything was named after their family. Like, all the cars were like, Todd 1, Todd 2, Todd 3.
Yeah,
so all the
wonder.
kids had him, and he's like, look at us. We're the powerhouse family.
What was your vanity plate when you were a kid?
Rafe 23.
Rafe 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, big Bulls
I don't
fan.
think there were 22 before it, but my mom, she iced me on that one. The old Rafe 23, the rolling turd, baby. That was mine.
Rafe 23, Rafe Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You would have been right out in this dating scenario.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, man.
Vanity plates, bye.
So this last one was, no horse people. And they write, it's always very important to them, and I'm too scared of horses to be supportive.
I've heard of a couple people recently. There's some celebrity came out and said he was afraid of horses.
Yes, because he'd never been was it Samuel?
It's been so long.
No, it's Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg said he would not do a scene with the horse.
He's like, I refuse.
I kind of get turned off if somebody has a singular thing as their identity. Do you know what I mean? Like if someone, I don't care if someone smokes weed or likes weed or likes CBD, but if it's
weed
their whole
24/7,
yeah, if it's like their whole personality, then I'm kind of like, that's a turn off to me. That's with everything though. That's not just that. Like,
it could be politics too.
Yeah, if anything, if you wear any one single lens, like viewing something through a single lens on your sleeve, it's so dull and boring to me.
Yeah, if I can predict with 90% accuracy what our first conversation is going to be about,
or if it always comes back to the same thing,
then you're going to be boring.
I'm just like, that's even if it's something I'm not opposed to or diametrically against. It's like, It's just dull.
Yeah. Anybody here totally nerd out on like unboxing videos?
You know, sometimes I remember when those first hit. Remember there was like the toys. There was a gal's hands that were opening like little toy things, and she became so popular on YouTube. And it was just like, this is a dumb phenomenon that I can't get, that I can't understand.
Hey, listen, if so,
I kind of get it. You know what? You know what? Like turned the table for me. My son was into those Pokemon things, and he found this one channel. This dude that was just excited, and he would buy different dollar amounts of Pokemon cards, and had the chances of getting a valuable card in there as he would open it. And for some reason, the way that he did it was very exciting.
This is not really about unboxing. It's more about the nerdy, kind of cringy videos that maybe you enjoy. If so, sharing that embarrassing fact might be the key to scoring a hot date online, guys, because a new survey from Plenty of Fish says that the biggest trend in dating is embracing your cringe, at least for Gen Z and millennials. So here's the deal. 47% of singles, 45 and younger, admit that they're more cringe than cool. And they're not trying to hide it. 74% of young singles say that they're more likely to message somebody on a dating app who appears to be as nerdy or cringy as they are. And about 67% say it's attractive when dates share the things they nerd out on. And the definition of cringe is subjective. But the idea is that they're authentic and aren't afraid of sharing what they're passionate about, even if it's not cool. Like a niche sport, like a quirky hobby, a unique fandom.
That's weird that honesty gets people more attracted to you.
Or just being basic. Not every cringe behavior is good, though. Some of the things that are cringe in a bad way are going on and on about the good old days, talking about accomplishments or achievements from a long time ago, and fooling around on your phone too much. Those are bad kind of cringy things.
Oh, man. I was going to boast about that A+ grant I got in high school.
So it's a turnoff if somebody's defined by something. Yet we're embracing our cringe so much that if you're like a super fan of, let's say,
Star Wars
or Harry Potter or something, you go all in.
I think it's more of the not trying to hide it. I think it's like, hey, here I am.
Well,
I'm being
all about
honest.
that. I'm all about that, man.
Well, that's
People
honesty,
wasting-
right? You're saying, hey, this is what I'm into, and hopefully you are too, so that way we can have fun.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, this is the
that's
time.
what it's supposed
This is
to
like
be.
the first time in the history of mankind that you can literally find your tribe.
Not
in a
trying
matter
to
of-
hide
in
it
a
and
matter of
showing up
minutes.
for a first date with a lightsaber is two different things.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know what I mean?
Depends on where you met, I guess.
That's two different types of
Are you wearing a cape? Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Why wouldn't I?
Superman's my cringe. What can I say? I'm like, okay.
Well,
it's cool.
Would it be a bit cringe if you showed up on the first date with this?
Don't want to hide your cringe? You want to meet the one? Show up on your first date with the Love Bots, bucking saddle, 10 times thrusting, and vibrating saddle sex machine.
Yeah, right.
$895 with 5 stars and 119
Seriously?
reviews.
Beautiful.
Not a bad deal.
It is
Marked down from 1,200.
well constructed.
Saddle up, cowpokes. This bronc is ready for way more than 8 seconds. Bring home your very own wild bucking cowgirl or cowboy to ride with the bucking saddle. This thrusting, vibrating sex machine is built especially for those who love a hard ride. You'll be moaning out loud as you try out each of the 4 plush premium silicone attachments. The realistic-looking dildo, the rib for your pleasure, the round tip, and the non-penetrating stimulator that you can grind on. And if that isn't enough, it includes a vacuum-lock adapter so you can attach your own favorite toys to the machine. Sit down and ride the saddle as the 10 different thrusting speeds go on and on. And to that, the powerful rumbling vibrations of the machine that offer 3 speeds and 7 patterns to choose from. You control the speed and thrusting, or you can hand the battery-operated remote to your partner, and they can control it from up to 32 feet away.
Wow.
32 feet away.
That's right.
Not
That's
33.
almost
Not
almost
35.
major league pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
This machine is surprisingly lightweight and portable, weighing only 15 pounds. Super lightweight, but okay. It has handle straps on either side that make it easy to pick up, carry, and move to wherever you need it or want it to be.
You know what? It looks like a doctor's bag.
It does a little bit.
Yeah. Like the old classic.
Old school, yeah.
Well, yeah. Dr. Feelgood. Ride this sex machine into orgasmic oblivion and then tuck it away in a closet for discreet storage. After use, wash the premium silicone attachments with warm water and mild soap after detaching them from the machine. Then spray them and the machine with toy cleaner before wiping them dry. And only use water-based lubricants.
Very important.
Very important.
You can store that in your tack room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pull out your boom boom machine and plug it into the wall. Turn on the remote and pair it with the machine so you can easily control the settings while riding. Grab your water-based lube and set it aside so it's within reach as you choose your first toy to ride. As you start off, warm up with the vibrations of non-penetrating pad. Enjoy grinding and writhing, letting the vibrations begin to warm you, King Scott, up and get your body open and craving more.
Heck yeah.
The vibrations rumble through your body, and on the strongest mode, you can feel it rumbling through and inside you. You switch to a toy, then add some lube, and let it do its thing.
Yes.
Touching yourself with fingers and toys or whatever till you reach the climax of your pleasure and gasp, slowing the intense sensations and vibrations. Showing off your partner by handing them the remote control and letting them pleasure themselves and control your ride. Take it to a party. See how many people. That's my favorite part. Take it to a party.
Here.
Ballpark Village.
I brought the pizza.
Yeah, did you bring that thing?
Yeah, I got a 2-liter Mountain Dew. I brought the sex machine.
Woo!
Take it to a party and see how many people can enjoy watching you or joining you. This portable, powerful machine will be the life of the party and your new favorite at-home toy.
Okay.
Very thorough description. Now I just got a couple reviews because the description was so long. Review number 1. All over pleasure. Wow. I'm not sure what I love more, the vibes or the thrusting. The curved attachment hits me in just the right spot, and I climax every time. And I can easily hide this in my closet so no one knows my little secret. Best purchase ever, Cynthia, 5 stars.
All right, 5 stars.
Very nice. And this is my favorite one I found. Works wonderfully. Got this for our place. We host sex parties, and there's nothing quite like one of these machines to spice things up. Everyone loves it. It's a real crowd pleaser. Even Charlene, Rick's wife, likes it, and she complains about everything. Robert, 5 stars.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Even Charlene, Rick's wife, loves it.
Man.
Well, that's the bucking saddle, 10 times thrusting and vibrating saddle. Sex machine, $8.95, 5 stars.
What a deal.
That's awesome.
I also love that there's giant sex parties that still has some, like the one person who's got like a spouse that everybody hates.
Yeah.
That's great.
Even Rick's wife, who hates everything.
Even Rick's wife.
Is Rennie here?
Don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Maybe Rennie Knott's in the studio. We got sports next. Welcome back to the Riz Show. Joining us in studio, broadcasting legend. And Rennie, I never throw that word around.
Did you say legend or alleged?
Legend. L-E, is there a D in there? L-E-G-E-N-D, Mr. Rennie Knott from Channel 5.
What's up?
Good to see you, man.
Good to be out. You know what's crazy about this is that this is kind of late in the day.
For you.
For me, yeah.
For you.
Yeah, it's like, what time? 9? Oh, I could do that. I could sleep in. I didn't work today. So.
Oh, you didn't work today?
Yeah, I took the day off.
Good for you.
I didn't know I had the day off until someone told me on Friday. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, it's not a permanent.
No.
Yeah, take the next week and the rest of the year off.
Yeah,
enjoy.
It's always a pleasure to have a day. You know, surprisingly, just to go do something out of the ordinary.
Well, yeah. So tell me about, you kind of operate on the same schedule as us here, doing morning shows. Yeah. I think you actually get up a little earlier.
Slightly.
Well, what time are you at the TV studio?
All right, so I get to work at 1. I wake up at about 11:50, midnight.
Holy smokes.
Man.
Yeah. You win.
You win.
Well,
nice.
You know what?
Because everything's a competition.
So, but so I'm 59, and when you're older like that, it works better in your favor because you're not a late night guy. I'm not going out like some of the kids are, hanging out and all that stuff, so not missing the nightlife.
Mm-hmm.
Been married for 36 years, so the schedule's always been a little off.
Yeah.
So my wife's like, whatever.
Yeah.
The only thing that gets riled up are the dogs. So the hounds want me home to take their walks and all that.
How long have you been doing mornings for?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, going back to 16. So it's funny. My first morning on the air was the day after the presidential election in 2016.
Huh.
Yeah. Welcome to
Slow
TV
news day.
News.
Easy day
There
to
was some
do
stuff
it.
to talk about that morning. I do want to say congratulations. Your daughter got married over the summer.
Thank you. Thank you.
How does one come and court Rennie's daughter? How does one meet the father of the bride? That's what I want to know. So your now son-in-law.
Well, they've been together for a while. So they've been together since she was, I think, a sophomore in college. So like 8 years, so we're around there. And then they bought a house together in Columbia about 4 years ago.
Okay.
So this was like just planning, getting to this point. His name is Parker Day, really cool dude. He is with Clip Car Wash.
Okay.
And so he's sort of like up in the corporation in a way, but he's only 29. She's 28. So they're about the same age.
Right.
And it's been good. It's been good.
I just wouldn't want to be,
What was the first meeting like?
Yeah, I'm not saying you're you're an intimidating guy, but
it was.
How'd that go?
Gosh, when did we? I want to say it was within the first year that they were together because she's in Columbia, going to school, and then she works up there too, and so they met up there. He was the manager at the car wash, and she was one of the cashiers. And so when we finally met, they'd been together for a while, and it was quiet, just kind of sizing people up and everything else. But
you didn't show up with a news crew, cameras,
breaking news.
You paid for it. Like that's not me.
No, it's the other guy.
No, it was funny because when we met the in-laws and everything else, and we're getting ready for the wedding, my daughter goes, your life is so much different from everybody else's life there. Yeah. The places you've gone, the people you've met, the responsibilities you have. And you never think about that. You just think about it as it's just a regular job.
Yeah.
And then you start having conversations, and I go, oh, yeah, I was talking to this person. And, people sort of stop and just sort of stare and listen, like, you've been there? You met this person, and you have that person's phone number? And I went, yeah, but to me, that's sort of normal.
Yeah, it's your job.
It's kind of normal. Yeah.
How did your kids grow up? Were they using that? My dad's on the news to an advantage.
No. Surprisingly, they did not want that to be their legacy, so to speak.
Yeah.
I show up at things and people kind of do the double take or whatever, and then they eventually realize, oh, that's the guy. Especially when my son played football at Parkway Central. So you'd be sitting in the stands on a Friday night, and you could feel people sort of looking over that way. And my wife was very loud and obnoxious at football games. I was sort of quiet, like I'm going to sit way over there so people don't put the tables together. That's all I need the next day to go to work. Yeah, I heard your wife caused quite the ruckus. So I avoided all of that. But they're always great. Early on, I took my son, because I did sports, took my son to a lot of the games in Washington, D.C., football and basketball. I got to meet Michael Jordan and things like this. My daughter got to meet Mia Hamm early on in her years. And then, you're there for their games and stuff like that. But, just kind of treated like a normal dad. I would take him to some events. Like, they ended up really getting to know Albert Pujols early when we first came here because I would do events for him. And then I took my daughter to one of the Cardinals games early, and with our passes, were able to get down on the field. And so she met some of the players that way. And my son, I took him to I think it was the 2001 NBA All-Star game in Washington, D.C. But we got there before, like, the slam dunk competition and all that.
Yeah.
It was the day that they recognized the 75 greatest players. So we
I remember
out
that. That's
early,
right.
And they're all on the court. And I'm like, okay, do you know who that is? Get to see who that is. And
yeah.
So those things like that were cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I earned cool dad.
Yeah, and cool to share those experiences with your kids. I was just telling earlier in the show, like my daughter's a cheerleader. We're up at Parkway North over the weekend. It was man, some of those football games get rowdy.
I know. And the hard part about that is, I think for the players, it's an embarrassing thing because they can recognize the voice.
Oh, yeah.
So when they hear moms screaming some obnoxious thing or whatever, I think they get a little, come on, be quiet. And my wife, she isn't listening because she had to go somewhere this morning. She was at
We'll clip this and send it to her.
American Legion game at Parkway North. Because my son played for Burton, and I don't know the actual name of the team. And they were playing a team, and the other team, mothers were being a little obnoxious. So then my wife decides to be obnoxious. And then they actually called the police.
I love that.
And I didn't get into it, but the police came in like, you two stay over there and stay over there. Like, great.
Well, you had the scoop on that one, for sure.
Well, there were, and I'm talking. Now my daughter cheerleads for like the 7th grade team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there were parents yelling, "Get his ass!"
Oh, yeah.
Damn, dude, you guys are up 26-0.
And the kids are 11.
And the kids are 11, 12 years old.
And it doesn't end there. So my wife, big football person.
Yeah.
Huge. So on the weekends, we have 3 TVs set up on Saturdays and Sundays. And the big TV, she's an Oregon Ducks fan. So she puts Oregon Ducks on there. And then she's also a Chargers fan, right?
Yeah.
So yesterday, the coach goes for it on 4th down. She is livid. She gets on social media, and she's dropping bombs, right?
Yeah.
Then they win the game. And I said, it's a good thing they won because my wife is about ready to fly out to San Diego with some butt.
Yeah.
Well, how about Oregon taking care of Colorado?
Yikes. Yeah, not a surprise. Not a surprise. You got to remember something. When you think about prime time and all that, he's taken over a team that had 1 win last year.
Yeah.
Going up against a team that was not favorite, but in the running for national championships almost on a yearly basis.
Sure.
So you knew something was going to happen, and it wasn't going to be in their favor. I just think that right now it's sort of fun that there's that attention being put on college football. It's a little much because now instead of people embracing the possibilities of what this could be, they're getting tired of hearing about it. And so suddenly the fan bases are like, who else is playing football?
Yeah.
They're not that great. Give it a break and everything else.
But it's putting eyes on the sport, though. I mean, for me, I love that whole cheese ball thing. I love the sunglasses on the sideline.
Yeah, it's wrestling.
I love it.
It's the wrestler stuff, and it's fun. And he's always been great at that.
So when I worked in D.C., he played 1 year with the Washington team. He was the go-to guy for post-game interviews. All he had to do is stick a microphone in there and come back 2 minutes later. You got like 8,000 incredible sound bites. He always had that swagger. He always had something about him, but he always backed it up. It's like Muhammad Ali. It ain't bragging when you can prove it.
Yeah. Well, they were yelling at Oregon, overrated? The students were yelling overrated, and you could hear it.
Oh, yeah. But at least it wasn't foul.
Yeah.
And that happens too.
And they had it coming. I mean,
they had it coming. And obviously their coach got them riled up, said some great things that, we're not here for clicks, we're here for wins or something along those lines. And I thought, okay, here we go. And rivalries are now going to be born out of these things. The crazy thing about it is everybody's talking about the Pac-12, which after this year isn't going to really exist. Because everybody's leaving the conference. But at least they're going out on a bang.
Yeah. And Mizzou's looking good.
Yeah.
I was in Denver this weekend for the shellacking. Because the hype. I got there on Wednesday, and the hype around the Oregon
it's incredible.
Colorado game was that city was buzzing. Saturday, when I went to do my late show Saturday, no one said a word. It was weird.
We don't speak of that.
Nobody.
Don't bring it up.
I didn't see a shirt. I didn't see a hat. That whole city had on Colorado stuff.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night, I didn't hear a peep. It was like, I was like, hey, this is a comedy show. I ain't even bringing it up. I'm not going to be the out-of-town guy that brings it up. But it
didn't get any better on Sunday either.
No, I did not.
Miami put 70 points. Are you kidding me?
Oh, dude, they're already so mad. Everybody, so I have a lot of comedian friends in Denver, and they're like, when Russell came to town, they were like, they set up shop.
Russell Wilson,
and they were like, man, he better be good because he's already opened a high-end clothing boutique that no one can afford to shop at, and he kind of took over. He's on every billboard, and he hasn't played a snap, and then last year was such a huge letdown, and
yikes.
I think they thought Sean Payton was going to be able to turn it around, and but it's not really. It seems like the defense is maybe more to blame this year. But
yesterday's game was like watching the 7th graders play.
Yeah,
and you're going, do these kids even know how to play football? Some guys are so wide open that you ended up. We stopped watching the game because it was such a blowout. Yeah. Then we had to go back to go, how far can this go? And they kept scoring and scoring. They put the other quarterback in. He kept scoring. It's like, wow, the clock is not their friend right now. This game needs to end and end right now. So.
On another tip, just off the sports thing, I do want to bring up this the sex offender guy that got out of the hospital. The KSDK pretty much had more details than anybody else on the story. So it's Thursday morning, and I was just, since Rafe was out of town, I was kind of going over the details of the case with him. The fact that one guard fell asleep, the other guard was in the bathroom, the guy stole the keys.
Slipped on a banana peel.
It happens.
And KSDK had a pretty good breakdown of what the 16 hours where he was out was like.
Well, it's just the idea that happens. A guy serving a 30-year sentence. You have photos of him actually leaving the hospital. while he's out, he's taking selfies with people.
That's the one question.
Yeah.
Who is this woman that he took a selfie with?
I have no idea. I mean, like, hey, you, come here. Let's take a selfie. I don't know. And then the guy ends up traveling like 10 miles and then comes back 3 miles. And it wasn't like he was trying to get away, because in the amount of time that there was, he could have been long gone.
They said he was hiding. So he escaped at 4 a.m. They said he may have been hiding in the sewers for 3 or 4 hours until he emerged and went to the Phillips 66 across the street and hitched a ride down to South City.
Well,
Popped out of a sewer and got in a stranger's car.
Yeah.
Wild.
And I think that lady may be his rep because he got a degree from University of Phoenix while he's out on the run. So
Yeah,
might
because
be the rep.
he ate a hot dog at a voter.
At a voter registration event in Tower Grove, ate a hot dog.
He just had a good
So
day.
this is called, I'm going to blend in. I'm going to blend in and just kind of go with the flow. And the thing is when you look at his description, white male, 5'7", I think it was like 165, 155, somewhere in there, balding, with a beard. And I went, well, there's a lot of guys going to
Could be any of us.
I mean, you look up and down any street in America, it's like, well, that could be him.
That's 38% of Missouri.
Couldn't be the guy munching on a hot dog at Tower Grove at the voter registration event. No way. Wearing the
Police and
wearing the
everything around.
DLC jacket. So he stole the jacket from one of the guards and still had slippers on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a wild story.
Was it orange slippers at that? It wasn't like just slippers.
Yeah, they were orange slippers.
So they're going to stand out.
Yeah.
Apparently, he lost those somewhere along the way and had regular shoes on. I don't know. The story is crazy.
Well, a lot of people are going to come under scrutiny for that, because obviously your protocol has got to be better than that. Your protocol in the hospital has got to be better than that. I mean, how can a guy just walk through all of that? Because you know there's a prisoner in there. They brought the guy in. So how does the lobby end up allowing this guy just to walk right on out and just keep right on going? Someone broke protocol to allow, obviously, one guy being asleep, one guy being in the restroom. Yeah. That's the first one. But then where was the coat? And then was he even handcuffed? Or did he get the keys, unlock himself? I mean, there's so many things. It's almost like, what is it, The Fugitive with...
Well, we played that clip. Rafe was like, it's almost like taking the broomstick and getting the keys off the guy's belt.
Like an old cartoon. And just let him slide down and unlocking the cage. And
there's so many questions to this. And apparently the guards have been relieved of their duty. I don't think maybe guarding prisoners is not for these two particular gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're having a problem with that, not just there. We're having a problem with that. The city jail, you think about all the rioting and the things that are coming out of there that's taking place. And I don't know if it's a matter of we don't have enough people working these places, if overcrowding is an issue, if undertraining is an issue. But there's a lot of them as far as issues go.
And you got to start, and it probably starts with a discussion about risk versus reward. Like somebody's going to be putting themselves in the line of fire or in a dangerous position for, what, $32,000 a year or something? You know what I mean? So, that's a discussion that has to be figured out.
And I think also the general public has got to get somewhat alarmed about it, too, because, the people who get alarmed have loved ones that are locked up, or the ones that are locked up are the ones that are alarmed. The outside world doesn't really seem to be all that concerned, like, well, they're prisoners, that's what happens when you're in prison, or that's what happens when you're locked up. What you don't realize is a lot of people are locked up for minor crimes, can't get out because they can't afford bail. So now I'm in there with a guy that committed murder, or a guy that did this, did it, and all I did was have X amount of whatever on my body, and now I'm locked up and I don't have the money to get out. And I'm just waiting for my court date. So if I go in on a Friday and court's not open again until Monday, well, I'm in there for at least a weekend.
Yeah.
So, imagine being that person who, in many ways, you kind of lose your rights, so to speak, for a weekend, because now you're locked up and nothing you can do but wait. And then you're at the disposal of whatever climate you walk into at that time.
I'm also imagining what it's like to be to that guard when he woke up.
Oh, man. Scramble.
I'm trying to think.
What a cool dream.
Well, imagine being the other guy. The other guy that's just like, he's just on the toilet, scrolling through Zillow, minding his own business, playing some Candy Crush. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go see what, I'm all right, I'm going to go relieve Chuck. Oops, Chuck. Chuck's just snoozing. And the bed's empty. And like a window's open. There's like a curtain blowing in the breeze. That guy's just like,
Hey, where's
man.
my jacket? Oh, man, what a disaster. But, yeah, this story keeps unfolding like an onion. There's more layers that keep coming, and it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Just it's more the incompetence.
It sounds like a
how a guard could fall asleep.
It sounds like a Jim Carrey movie from 1992.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How about just the fact that some woman in was it Schnucks parking lot? Deerberg's parking lot? Just happened to see the guy and go, oh, that's the guy. And calls police. The chances of it just, yeah, that's him. And then they get there in time to catch him.
Yeah, they had over 100. They had 100 law enforcement officers looking, and multiple agencies looking for him. And it was one lady. Went, oh, that's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy.
I mean, imagine looking out of this window right now and seeing a guy just walking across the parking lot. You probably wouldn't know it's him if not for the slippers or something.
Yeah.
There's a great description that they gave that put everybody on alert. I mean, they had the guy to a T as far as what he looks like and what he was wearing.
You know, Moon brought up a great point. Why did they not send an alert out to everybody's phones?
Yeah, and somebody
as soon as he was gone, because remember the guy at the Phillips 66 gave a random
guy a ride
right. Who happened to be an escaped prisoner.
Yeah, they put the word out on social media. I know that.
I saw that, but I mean, a lot of people are working, so if they're not watching the news or they're not on Twitter or something like that, like how are they supposed to know? And that's a particular like direct danger that's very minute to minute in the areas. Yeah, so I mean, so the school got the heads up, but nobody else.
So my question would be, is there an alert for that? We know we have an amber alert. We know we have a silver alert. I don't know of an alert for an escaped convict.
The orange alert.
I don't know. And that's why I said something. And by the way, somebody destroyed me on Twitter and said, I mentioned if there's an amber alert. Moon said, well, I don't know what color it should be. Does Moon not know that amber alert is not a color and it's the name of a girl? Okay, I forgot that. I did not know that. And I do know that the silver alert, that's when like an elderly person is out. So yeah, I thought it was code colored. Sorry, Scott. But yeah, I mean, there should be something like an orange alert or something that's very specific. I mean, you can...
Red alert, even.
Yeah, you can
talk about it. Yeah. A serious criminal that they
red alert is serious. If I see a red alert, it's serious.
Yeah. But they said while he was out, the public was in danger.
Yeah, and you geofence it to the St. Louis area, and it says so and so. Here's the description. Here's when they left the.
Do not give this man a ride.
Jail. Yeah, do not give any strangers rides. Report if you see this type of person.
Yeah.
Scott on the Instant Feedback says the male CO, Mr. Sleepy, and the female CO, Mrs. Tinkle, resigned before they had the opportunity to be fired.
Oh.
Well, they were going to get fired.
Yeah, they were going to get fired. Yeah. That's Randy Knott. He's going to interview, Rafe, because Rafe's got a big weekend coming up. And
big week for me this week. Yeah, comedy special comes out Wednesday on YouTube, and then I'm at the Funny Bone all weekend. So get tickets to that. And I'm doing a different hour. You can watch the special on Wednesday. I'm doing a totally different hour. You can get 2 hours of fresh comedy from me this week.
And of course,
if you are so inclined.
That's a bargain.
Of course, watch Rennie on Channel 5.
That'd be very nice. Thank you.
As always, you're a breath of fresh air when you walk in the door. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back and we'll finish up with some sports. All right, we got a couple minutes left. Let's do some sports. All right, Mooners, what do you got?
Sports presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Think you know football? Bet on it at DraftKings at Casino Queen Sportbook.
Some of us know football and some of us do not.
You want to go straight into that?
I mean, I don't know. However you want to start this out. It's not looking good for them.
I know football backwards and forwards.
Okay, 49ers, Lions, Browns, Packers, Dolphins, Bills, Seahawks, Chiefs, and Steelers picked up the wins. We are currently down by 2 against the old fast lane. Riz leads the team because he's the best in the world.
That's
the universe.
Right.
He's got 10. I've got 9. Rafe's got 9. King's got 7. Lern has 6. Rivers is just killing everybody. He's got 11.
Okay, let's not panic, guys. There's 2 games today.
Yes.
There's a chance we could make up some ground.
Yeah.
I'm not going to math this out now, so.
I'm going to look at it when we get off the air. I'm going to try to I'm going to see if we can math our way out of this.
Well, let us know.
Lern, dear Lern. Oh, dear Lern.
That's right.
Out of the 14 games played, she only picked 6 correct.
She's going to get both of these, and she's going to.
That's right. And then she's going to become the MVP.
She might jump one of us.
If she gets both, will she not be last?
If she gets both,
mathematically,
and
she's still.
And he gets nothing. Yes.
I can get mine wrong. She get hers right.
But that's not what we want.
You guys have diametric opposites. That's not what we want.
We'll math this out.
Yeah.
The XFL has announced that St. Louis Battlehawks quarterback A.J. McCarron has signed a contract with the Cincinnati Bengals of the NFL.
Hey, and good for him, man. He was the best. He was the best last year.
Yeah, he was great. So congratulations to him. St. Louis City SC rallied from a goal down to record a 2-1 win on the road against Minnesota United FC. That is huge. It's a big win. Now 16-10-5. They will welcome Sporting KC to City Park for the second time and play one another for the third and final time of the regular season on Saturday. The
When
Cardinals,
does the regular season end?
Shortly. We got a couple more.
And how does the playoff system work?
Well, I don't have the minutes for that, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
And we're actually going to break that down in the next couple episodes of Soccer 101 podcast.
Well, is it like single elimination? Do they do a series?
It gets to single elimination. I'll break it down. I want to talk about the Cardinals getting smoked 12-2 Sunday afternoon.
Turn around
In the final regular season game of the year at Petco Park. Even with a score of 12-2, one STL Today writer wrote that it was not as close as the score implied. It was bad.
That's awesome.
Following a 3-2 win over Arizona and St. Louis, the Blues lost 5-1 in Wichita to the Coyotes on Saturday night. Toropchenko scored the goal for the Blues, who were outshot 51-21. Blues head coach Craig Berube coached the game at Enterprise Center, but did not travel to Kansas, but his staff reviewed the game. Deion Sanders and his Colorado team got their butts kicked on Saturday by the mighty Oregon Ducks 42-6. After the game, Deion Sanders Jr. had this to say on social media. He said, "We got our ass whooped. Good stuff, Oregon. We'll never let a loss make us forget who we are. We're still going to turn up, and we're still going to do it our way. Rejoice and take advantage of us while we are in this position. I expect nothing less. Just remember, we're going to get up." The eldest son of Coach Sanders wrote, "Hey, I'm Moon, and that's your sports because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
One final break. We'll come back and wrap her up. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Thank you all for tuning in. If you missed anything on the program today, today's Pappy's a Recappy.
Brought to you by Pappy's Smokehouse, celebrating 15 years locally owned, world-famous 2 locations, including Highway 70 and Mid-Rivers Mall Drive in St. Peters. If you missed it, we had Rennie Knott on the show. We love Rennie.
Love Rennie.
Friend of the show. We played 3 and 5. We caught up on crap on celebrities and all the sports news that happened over the weekend, which was a lot, including some Taylor Swift drama or excitement, depending on how you'd like to see it. Mm-hmm. And like to anticipate the future. Check out everything out that we covered on the show today, the blog and the podcast, 1057thepoint.com/Riz, including Sexy Time Fun Facts, Sex Toy Review, all of that. The podcast title for today is A Day in the Life Movie. We also caught up on the chronological order of 16 hours or something?
16 hours, that escaped guy.
Yeah, that the escaped inmate was running around town, eating hot dogs and registering to vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Among other things.
And applying for jobs.
Yeah, check out the update there. If you
good citizen.
If you didn't check out the details, we talked about it in the opening today, and of course all the details are up on the blog in the Riz News section.
All right, thank you, Moon. Rafe, you got a lot to plug this week. Go ahead.
Oh, boy. Here we go. We'll see if I can get it all in one breath. I have a special coming out at 7 p.m. Central. I'll be in the live chat on Trailer Trash Tammy's YouTube. It's my first 1 hour special. Please tune in and watch that. And then starting on Thursday through Saturday, I'll be at the Funny Bone Westport doing a whole brand new hour that I've been working on since I recorded that special. So if you're like, I need Rafe's comedy in my life, well, you're going to get more than you need this week. So watch the special. Leave a comment. Help me get it on YouTube. I'm grassroots in this thing. And then come see me this weekend and hang out after the show and take a pic or shake my hand or give me the finger or whatever on your way out of the club. And King Scott's going to do some guest sets on Saturday, maybe.
Yeah, I got 85 minutes shy of 90 minutes set ready to roll, so it's going to be awesome. So
you've ever heard the goo and you're like, I'd like to see that live? Well, guess what? Now's your chance.
All right. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Moon?
It's still only September, and we have sold a ton of tickets for Punk Rock Christmas, December 9th. So if you think you're going to wait, no, we'll get them in October or November,
wrong.
You may miss out. So please get those tickets now while you can. Last year we had so many people say, oh, I waited and I missed out, and then I missed out on the show of the year. Don't do that again. This is going to be the Christmas party of all Christmas parties, December 9th at the Pageant, Punk Rock Christmas. Just go to the Pageant website or the Points website, and you can get tickets there. Other than that, energy up, and I just wish you a good day.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, Moon.
Merry Christmas.
Scott,
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a
Nothing?
good, well, I just promoted the
Oh, okay.
weekend.
All
Yeah,
right,
Saturday. Yeah, doing that. Follow me socials at Elmore's Glue Factory.
Okay. Elmore's Glue. Okay, we're done.
Uncle Elmore's socks.
We leave you with a selection from our Team Riz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots, hotshotsnet.com/Team Riz. From Sullivan, Missouri, Brian Higgins.
Yeah, Brian.
Team Riz Member of the Day. Brian wants to hear this song. Here it is. See you tomorrow. Donnie next. Goodbye.